Bitch, you don't even say your. Take your ass somewhere,
huh? First of all, bitch.
I say your.
It's not your thing, Mandy. I get everything I do from Jesus and Meryl. So, like the AKAs, relax.
Bitch, I'm just saying.
Anyway,
y'all. Anyway, though. Like,
see, damn, we got to fight again.
Anyway, though. Like Cat Stack. So, no, but for real, I do want to sit here and say thank you to everyone who came to the New York shows. Before we get started, though, let's run down what we got coming up. As you guys know, we are sold out in Chicago, so we are looking forward to see y'all motherfucking hoes in Chicago.
Here, a few things about Chicago. We're looking for a photographer. Hit us up in the email. The other thing, if you can't make the show, we are sold out. That Friday, we're going to put a post up. Buy and exchange tickets there. We don't want those seats to be empty when there could be people that want to go. So if you can't make it and you want a ticket or something like that, check on our post. We do that every day before each show.
Please, I also want to let you guys know, Houston, we have a very few amount of tickets left. I think it's about less than 20. They are all general admission. VIP is sold out, so we is excited to see you Houston hoes. But I did want to let you guys know, if you are coming to the Houston show, we are partnering with Flow Code. So Flow Code is actually the leader and support organization in the Austin community that donates over 330,000 menstrual products to 30-plus organizations, shelters, and natural disaster victims. Flow Code works to advance the common good by focusing on health, education, and social justice in the community. I'm super excited. So if you are coming to the Houston show, please bring menstrual products with you. So that's pads, tampons.
Diva cups.
What else is used? Diva cups, panty liners, anything that you can to donate. They will also be accepting cash donations at the door. So we are looking super excited to see you guys in Houston. And Miami, few tickets left. Also wanted to let you guys know we have added a second date to LA for y'all West Coast pussy ass hoes. So come on.
It's Mother's Day, but y'all can bring your moms. Everybody's like, what am I going to do? Bring your fucking mom, bro. She had to fuck to get you here, so bring your mom. Also, in Miami, we're going to be participating with the MAC Makeup Travel Retail Team for their AIDS Walk. It's that Sunday after the show at 8 a.m., so we'll all be hungover.
Bitch as fuck. I looked at that
Park.
time like, that's an A, not a P.
Yes, I know.
8 a.m.
But if you can walk, if you can't walk, donate, just come.
They could wheel. Walk. We had somebody here with a wheelchair. They could wheel during an AIDS walk.
Yeah. Hobble, baby. Hobble, shit, anything. But come through, support our brothers and sisters. And, we just had I didn't even realize that. We just had our HIV episode last week. So come and support. Now, we have a Caucasian in this bitch.
Oh, shit. Yeah, guys, so welcome to yet another episode of Horrible Decisions. We're super excited because, as you guys know, we normally pre-record things. So we are, you are getting like live news from us, and we sitting across from this motherfucker.
I feel like we got to do some updated news, but we're sitting across. Let me describe what he looks like. Mm-hmm. It's a man wearing a pink shirt. That
you got to get the video of this, though. This
is what a feminist looks like. Actually, a feminist to me would have that ass bent over ready to take some. Get the strap! Get the strap!
Am I doing it right?
No. You don't bend over very sexily.
Because my back, I have a
short.
back is very tight. I can't
touch
my...
Is that what you're going to look like at Burning Man?
Real talk, I can't touch my toes or anything. I could only get past my knees slightly.
I can slightly. Can you touch your toes?
Yes, I can touch my
toes.
Should we all
try it right now?
Yeah.
I can touch my toes.
Go.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Hold on.
Who can't touch their toes?
Easy. You can't. I can't.
I can touch my toes. Real easy. But I got little short legs. My legs are short.
This is far as I go. I get mid-shin.
Why is something always wrong with you?
Bro, man, it's just life, you can't be gorgeous and everything.
Well, if you guys are not watching us on YouTube, which you can catch all of our episodes actually now on YouTube. However, we are sitting across, if you don't know his voice yet, from Flagrant 2, Brilliant Idiots, and a little bit of everything because that nigga's working. He's busy. We have Andrew Schulz.
He hosted our New York live show. That was a lot of fun.
Yo, you guys killed it. That was so much fun.
Yo, black girls are ready to throw you so pussy. And I was like, ooh, y'all must have not heard them skits.
Nah, that was good.
Yo, there was a moment. I don't know if you posted. This was so funny. You guys were probably backstage for this, but we were playing the game which you guys have, which is very cool.
Last host standing.
Last host standing, so fun. And for anybody listening, the game is essentially the host, myself, says something very hoey,
Hoey.
right?
Yeah.
And if you have done it, you get to stand up or stay standing.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
if you haven't, you sit down. So we find out who the last hoe is.
Who the
right?
biggest hoe in the room?
We
The
is.
play
biggest
this
hoe
at
in the
every
room is,
game. This is our classic thing.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Every show.
The final hoe. Her name was. I basically go, "You're the winner. What's your name?" She goes, "Christian."
Yo, when she got to meet us, she's
Holier
like,
than that.
Holier than that.
Holy-
Real.
holier.
Get the
Her
fuck
parents.
out of here. Say
I
what?
heard you saying something about her parents. Like, damn, they couldn't keep you in church. Huh?
Exactly. No, they tried. They
That
tried
was-
to keep the hoe
That
out.
was funny as
Yo,
shit.
congrats to you going on Joe Rogan.
Oh, that was sick. Thank you.
I was reading the comments,
Mhm.
and because I feel like YouTube is a ruthless hellhole.
Yeah.
It's so
like,
awful.
People
yeah.
are really like abrasive and honest on there, and
Yeah.
they really liked you.
Yeah, it was cool to see that. Like there was a lot of positive feedback on there, and it was an important episode. It was an episode much bigger than me, so I was glad that people got a lot out of it.
Yeah.
You know.
To be honest, I didn't really know much about Joe Rogan. I mean, I know you're a comedian, but just to like, I listened to a little bit of it, and I was like, okay, I dig his vibe. Like,
Yeah.
and I liked that he was laughing with you and at you, and like to
Yeah.
me, that's a big deal when another comedian, especially somebody of that stature, to
For
have.
sure.
When is he ever off the fucking charts? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's a big deal.
Yeah.
He's
Congrats
like
on
number
that.
1 all the fucking time.
Yo, it's
But he drops like 11 episodes a week
He'll
type
put
shit.
out
I don't know how
tons.
he puts out a ton of content.
it's tons of
So
content.
it's funny because like we've been
Shit, when
getting
that's your job.
we've
Yeah.
been getting a lot of like other podcasters ask us for advice. And
Right.
outside of the amount of content, I think people think if they push a ton of content, then it's going to bring up their numbers. I think
Right.
consistency is more than anything. So like pick a day, drop it on that day every
sure.
day. I don't know. We haven't even missed we haven't missed a week since we started Horrible Decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that that's been a really big thing. So we'll just throw that in the air.
For
And
sure.
I
it's
guess
gotta be
since you-
good. Like one of my friends
Yeah.
just asked me for some advice. He's making a video series, and he asked me what I thought, and I was like, I feel so bad to tell you this, but it's an hour long. I think you need to make it 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Nobody knows you.
Yeah.
No one, in my opinion, I think it's a lot of commitment to have someone watch you for 1 hour.
No one wants
Yeah.
to listen to anybody for an hour.
I mean, we cut it at. People keep asking us to make this longer. We like, nah, puss a hole.
But
we
you
not
can.
getting longer.
You can. Though.
We can't, but I think for our content, I like the fact that people know that they can come back and we
Sure.
could either revisit a conversation.
Let me rephrase that.
Yes.
No one wants to listen to a stranger talk to for an hour.
Oh, they are besties though. They feel like they
Exactly.
connected with us.
So when you got an intimate relationship with somebody, like your listeners, like you guys have, like we have on our
Yeah.
podcast, like Joe has, they'll listen. Like Joe and I did a podcast that was over 3 hours.
That was too much.
It's a lot,
Oof.
but what you got to look
I
at, like,
listened to 45.
so no, and I appreciate you even listening to that, right? But it's like, so for that, like right now, that podcast is probably at 2 million views, just the podcast, and then the clips, another 10 million.
yeah.
So like we're talking about 12 million
That's
views or something like that in a
disgusting.
week. That is like earth shattering in terms of your ability to make moves and like what that's done.
Yo, you famous.
You know, and not even
Let
that.
me
It's
get
like,
$20.
you want to know the real shit? What happened with it? Is like, first of all, going on there, right? The thing was, I see something happening in the business, right? Especially in stand up, and it's just completely comedy business in general. It's complete. It's gonna fall apart very soon.
Yeah.
And
We were talking about this. Yeah.
I'm aware of this, and I've been able to create a lane for myself outside of the business because I saw it, right? It's like you see that movie The Big Short, Christian Bale and shit like that, where he shorts the stock and then whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is,
We don't know about money. We know about sex.
got you. So that's right. Fuck me, something, finance me. I saw your guys' clip.
There you go.
Oh,
So-
feed me, fuck me, finance.
Feed me,
What
fuck
I-
me, finance
real
me. I like
quick,
that. Yeah,
Pop,
yeah.
when we talk about
Yes.
digital content
Yeah.
and just the response, I did not think that short video would cause the uproar that it did on social media. Twitter, my mentions were in shambles for 2 days, and I was like,
Yo, I'm
hold-
gonna be real with you.
It was
I was
awful.
away when that happened,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
you
The day that I saw that, no bullshit.
oh my god,
I didn't even know I was going to the Drake concert. Drake was in Paris. I went. I clicked on my internet when I was
It was
in the
so
middle
bad.
of it, and I'm
It was
like,
so
yo,
bad.
fuck these niggas.
Yeah.
like they
And I
was
felt bad
pissed.
for Mandy because when I clicked at the comments, I see her being like, "No, we have jobs. No, we're this."
Like I'm
and
literally
like, damn.
like, and
if
then
you
Van
don't see
posted it,
you
so
don't
I was
care.
just like, oh no,
Bro,
but
it's
it
a real
was
thing.
bad.
And I've never in my life not looked.
It was
until
bad.
When
Yeah.
I didn't, I was
Like,
chilling.
but then there were also
They were calling me
women.
ugly.
They were calling us like, y'all can't get no money. But then there were also women like, y'all are setting us back. And so like,
someone was like, "You stopping my bag, bitch? How am I stopping your bag? Because
Yeah.
I suck dick."
yeah, it was bad. It was
How did my mouth get in the way of your check?
Right.
It's bad. I do like. What do you do with the comments on your end?
I
like
think-
when they're not good.
Well, I know they
think
drag
you're-
you.
I think you guys are like experiencing what happens is when someone disagrees with you, instead of having a discussion, they just radicalize you, right? They make
Yes.
you radioactive. Like if you notice, they weren't trying to hear your guys out. They were just going, whore, right? It's just like you said something, they disagreed, and they're just like, your hair sucks.
Yeah, no, in real life.
You're stupid. You're not a feminist. You're not whatever. Because they don't. This is what's happened to me a lot in my life,
It's
right?
just comedy, bro.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like it's just comedy is one thing, but sometimes you shake somebody's foundation, and it's not comedy to them. It is because that's your intent, but to them it's not, and they don't realize it. A lot of these
Right.
people are out there thinking that you're real in that way, right? So what happens is they can't deal with the information you're giving them, so they have to discredit you. It's real talk. It's no different than when someone gets accused of someone of rape, right? What's the first thing they do? They go, "Yeah, but she's a whore." You try to discredit the girl,
right,
so you don't
right.
got to deal with what she's
Don't
saying.
pander to the audience. Stop.
No, but
I'm a feminist. Listen, this pandering is way long, but nah.
No,
so
but I
like,
get it, I get it, I
You
get
see
it.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I've been through that. I caught that way early. I mean, there's probably people listening to this podcast right now. I don't fuck with this kid. Da, da, da. It's
They
like,
are.
yeah, of course, and by all means, do it. It's like, what is
Why do you think girls feel that way about you? Me and you had that
See,
conversation.
even that statement is not fair because like
I agree, that's not-
girls,
yeah.
it's not
I mean,
girls.
it's not just men, but
It's just
I mean,
people
not just
have a
women.
way, like everybody who feels that way about me has never met me, had a conversation with me at all, right? What happens is you probably heard me speak on a topic and
That you
you
disagreed
didn't
with,
like
yeah.
my opinion without really knowing what my intention was for that opinion, because a lot of times, like here's a perfect example, like me and Van might disagree on the solution, but we agree on where we want to go.
right.
So it's ways, right? It's like, you know when you type in the address on the Google Maps,
Yeah.
and it's like this way takes 30 minutes, this way takes 27 minutes.
I'm going 27.
Yeah,
Always.
but sometimes I'm like, yo, it says 30, but actually it's shorter because the
miles?
27
Yeah.
one is going to be traffic and they don't know it, or
And I
you got to
probably
deal with
gotta take a toll,
stoplights.
all that,
toll-
yeah.
Boom.
But that's why
We both want to get here.
I like
I want to know, what do you think is the most something you hear about yourself that's the most misunderstood? What do you always think is like, yo, that's not even true?
I don't know. I stopped really caring or paying attention to it just because I understand how people act. You know, like, I mean, there's things that were most shocking to me. You know what I mean? Like any time anybody would call me like alt-right or something like that, it was just so shocking just because of the world that I'm in. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
just growing up in New York City, growing up in Manhattan, going to public school, like you don't have a choice to be
Right.
alt-right. Like that's not an option.
I would never. I remember the alt-right Andy time, and I would never have gone that far. I think sometimes black people, when they would listen to you, maybe would feel like you were. I think the proper word was more jaded.
So here's
Because
the
they
thing,
would
like,
care about things more than you do.
Right. But I don't like putting black people, like painting them as a monolith, because like my crowd is majority black. So when I
know.
go do shows, right? Like you've been at my shows.
Sure.
So it's like if we say black
black.
people feel this way, it's a subset of black people feel this way.
I really never seen white people come for you.
Come for me.
Like the way that when I've seen terrible comments about you, I've never,
All the time.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
maybe the women.
Everybody comes for me, but it's like it's not illuminated to you because it doesn't
Right.
serve you at all.
I do think that a lot of people do have a misunderstanding with you, and I shared a text with you. I'm not going to read it. That a friend sent me that really hurt my feelings
Right.
about like, how could you do this? How
Yeah.
could you like Andrew? How could you talk to him?
Right.
And you know he's not this, he's this and that, and it hurt my feelings because I believe I'm a good judge of character.
Yeah.
And whereas some people may not like you,
Right.
I think a lot of people don't like me. I'm very brash.
Sure.
I say a lot of dumb
But
shit.
your friend doesn't know me. You know what I
Doesn't.
mean? Like I never met your friend at all. And sometimes when the grease is boiling, right, you need to throw something in there. And sometimes I'm the guy that's easiest to throw in there because I'm the guy that's gonna say whatever I want, right? But like this is something I learned is like if you want to say whatever you want, there's a cost to that. And the cost is not only comments, the cost is the price of respect. Because people want to be led, they just want to be led by the worthy. So they test you.
But this is the thing. A lot of these people leaving these comments behind anonymous pages anyways. But what I want to do is go ahead and get into motherfucking horrible decisions because I don't know what podcast we're on right now, goddamn.
I mean,
so
we got some time.
Yeah, I feel like let's go ahead because, bitch, I still got to pack for Europe.
All right, well, here we go. So I
we
want
gonna
all of
get
us to
into-
talk about the
yeah.
last time we fucked.
Okay.
So
sure.
I want to start with...
I didn't know what show I was on right now. I was like, okay, this is okay.
I ain't gonna lie, I was in it.
I'm sure you were, but this is a conversation you and Andrew could have on the phone.
We can have it another one.
Okay.
I guess I guess the takeaway will be this: is you guys are gonna go through situations much like your video that you
Of course,
posted,
yeah.
right? And you're gonna get negative feedback and positive feedback, right? Because you guys are starting to blow up in
It's
your
realizing
careers.
that these motherfuckers don't know us.
Right. But more important than that is you're gonna have backlash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people don't even know they're doing this, but they're testing you,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like when you go to prison and somebody takes your fruit cup. They really want to see if you're about that life. And
They really want to take your asshole.
No, they don't even want to take your asshole. They want to see if you're a bitch. And then if you are, they're going to take your asshole, right? So what they do is they come at you, and sometimes the mob comes at you. And if it's like they want to see if you'll walk through the fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like nobody comes for me anymore because they tried to light me on fire, and I kept walking through it. So they're like, yo, should we light him on fire? And then they're like, we've been lighting this motherfucker on fire.
Right. And
He's
now
Khaleesi.
Now I'm wasting all my gasoline.
Exactly.
What?
So let me go light some other motherfucker on fire because it ain't working with this
Yep,
guy.
That's exactly what's
Because
going
and so on some level you build this. Like my buddy said this. He goes, prophets let people convert. I go, what do you mean by that? He goes, you do not harbor any resentment for anybody who doesn't like me or hasn't liked me in the past. That's fine. I'm gonna keep doing what I do, and then one day you're gonna. Maybe one day you're going to find my comedy or something. You find some bits that I do and it's going to resonate with you.
Right.
And anything that you said about me in the past or hated me before in the past is wiped clean because I've always been me.
Well, that's what we wanted to do. I mean, I know you're on your promo run and, that's why you're doing all of the pods. But I feel like if there's someone listening that changes their mind a little bit
and you're
about
forgiven.
I think that'd be great.
You're forgiven because it doesn't matter because you liked a version of me that wasn't me. So I can't hold you accountable for liking something wasn't real.
Not only that, I think you're able to. You're also able to change your mindset. And like you said, even with you and Van, you'll have one. You guys may have different opinions, but you guys still kind of have the same.
We have the same goal, man. Like,
goal in it.
with every convo, it's the same goal. It's just how we gonna get there. That's it.
Facts.
But now we can get to the whole.
Now we can get to when was the last time you had your dick sucked? Jesus.
I had my dick sucked last weekend.
How was it?
Last weekend.
Was it new mouth?
It was new. It was good.
Where were you?
I was in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that the place that Cardi B was like, where am I going? Minneapolis.
She put extra N's.
I like that's Minnesota.
Yeah.
I like Minnesota.
Yeah.
What?
Yo, great.
I've been to Minnesota.
Great comedy
I
club,
love Club
cool
Minnetonka.
crowd.
I went to Club New York, and it wasn't like New York, but
it never is.
went downtown. Yeah, I used to have a Timberwolf back in the day.
It never is.
You used to have a Timberwolf back in the day.
So I'm like, yeah, I've been on the boats in Lake Minnetonka. And shit. No, actually, I've
You had the good shit.
Lake Minnetonka.
Minnetonka.
No, in the summertime, it was really
Popping.
It's really a
And
fun
so was
time
that
in
pussy.
Minnesota.
Oh,
my pussy was popping.
When's the last
Not
time?
on a handstand.
When's the last time you had sex?
So I'm so upset because this is at a bad time. So the 24/7 got back in the goddamn picture. So he lasted all of a month and a half out of
Who's
the picture.
24/7?
Just someone I just been fucking for 5 years.
This is your name for him.
Yeah.
Like how we name girls.
What do you think? Why do you
based
think
on-
she named him that? Take your guess.
Because he has Mexican work ethic.
No.
No, maybe pussy has Mexican.
No, yeah, my pussy has Mexican
We gonna
work
call
ethic.
you 24/7. So he fucks nonstop.
No, it's literally he can get this pussy 24/7. So whenever he calls, it's
he's
pretty
that good in bed.
Yeah.
What makes him so good?
I don't know, and he actually we went 2 rounds, and I did it actually before Vice. We went to Viceland, so I was smelling like his dick and all and shit.
Can I ask you guys a question? This is a sex advice
Here
question.
Here we go. What's that?
How do I tell a girl that I want her to make my dick more wet when she sucks it?
Tell her.
Tell her.
But in what way? Because it's like it's already in your
It's a
mouth.
dry mouth?
My dick is already in your mouth.
Sometimes I think that women
If there's a girl listening
feel a
right
little
now,
vulgar while
there's-
spitting or like.
yes,
But the trick is, if
Just
you
get it
maybe
wet.
don't want to say it,
yeah,
when it
Shove
hits
that
your
dick down the
tonsils
back of your throat.
or it just
Yeah.
hits you one time, like if any of us took our fingers in our mouth,
yeah,
more spit comes out.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
So
you could
gag
say
her with
something
it?
like,
Yeah.
"Yo, I want you
Just
to just
one
see how
gag.
far you could take it."
Honestly,
Like,
one
just-
gag. That's all it takes. Like
And
if
then
you
the
just
spit
shove
comes
it,
out.
literally one gag. So
Right.
if you just shove it, like not shove it, but
it's like a reaction.
Yeah.
yeah, just like
I'm trying to think of if I would
Like,
do
look,
that.
my
Yeah,
hands are dry, right?
yeah.
okay, that's and
Oh, that was gross.
yeah,
but
that's
kind of cool.
pretty gross. So yeah, here goes
Here
the hand sanitizer.
I guess
so
what is
yeah.
the right wording for it? Because this girl, she's cool, everything's dope, and she's actually not bad at giving head, but she doesn't realize how great she would be if it was wet while she was sucking and jerking. Because I like wet. You can
So-
make me come in no time if it's
let
wet.
me ask you, how pretty is she?
Pretty girl, man.
So that's
why
the
he ain't
thing
saying
too.
nothing.
Yeah.
Pretty
So
girl.
well, that's the thing too. I feel like a lot of us do want to look sexy
Yeah.
when we're in the bedroom. We want to look sexy while we have your dick in our mouths and stuff like that. And essentially, and we talked about this actually at a live show. There's a kink where
I
you
want
like
you
to
to look
be
like
muddied
a
up.
retard.
Yeah. See,
I want you
as
to
women,
look
we
like
don't
a
want to look
fucking
stupid.
Yo,
retard.
the best dick sucking videos though, they always look really fucked up.
I want
No,
you
they
to come
do.
off
Like
the
the
dick
fuck-
like
the
you should be wearing a
mascara is running.
helmet.
I used to wear mascara.
Yeah.
Like this guy would come over, had no makeup on. I would only put it on just because he'd love to see it come
When
down.
your eyes water.
No, that
and so
feels
that's
weird.
the thing
That's
too,
like
because
you're
like
watching the crow.
the guys,
Yeah,
you know,
but you know, like you're really. It's
Yeah.
not like disgustingly like
Yeah,
messy,
yeah.
but
No.
I think just to see someone.
I don't want it
watering.
all over your face like that. That's
Maybe
just,
your dick ain't
come on.
it.
and when I suck dick,
I don't
I
want
know that the spit is going
The
everywhere.
spit
like,
is fine. I like the spit to
You like
be
the spit?
connected. Yeah, I like.
Okay.
There should always be a connection, right? But between your mouth and the dick. Yeah, I like that spit kind of connection. I think it's great, wet, and then I'm out of there. I don't think girls realize how quick a guy can come if it's wet. It's so fast. It's so
Well,
fast.
see,
guys.
I'm gonna stop you there. I've had guys tell me like when it's too messy, you need a little friction. Just like when a pussy is too wet, like sometimes you need a little friction. So I think,
But here's the thing: with your hand, just jerk away,
right?
and we're good to go.
Why don't
can
you just
create
tell
more
her you want it
friction.
messier and do you
I
talk?
keep saying that. I go, yeah, get it wetter, get it wetter. You know,
Oh, and
make
she's
it more
not
wet.
following directions.
And then she'll do this. She'll be like
Why don't
like
you
a little spit.
You know what you
and I'm
should do?
just like,
You should spit in her
I
mouth.
spit right in her hand. No, she don't like spit in her mouth, but I spit right in her hand.
Oh, you guys have had this conversation.
Not really. I just spit in her hand.
How do you know she doesn't like spit in her mouth?
Say what? Oh, I've tried to spit in her mouth.
Oh,
Yeah. It was the only girl who I've ever went to do it as it was coming out. She just closed her mouth, and that shit just hit her on the lips.
That is gross.
Okay.
I know.
That is gross.
The
I've
only
never
other
experienced
thing I
that
would
before.
say
Usually girls
is
really like that.
During sexting,
Yeah.
you could bring it up before she comes over. Be like, yo, I want you to make it as messy as it's ever been.
Messy is a good word. I'm looking for
Yes.
adjectives that could describe it.
I want you to
without
make it sloppy,
sloppy,
messy.
Sloppy. So
messy.
this
Use
was-
it on your pussy later. Like,
This was a
Ooh.
tip that I gave
like that one.
at one of the live shows.
Yeah.
You could also look up sex gifs.
Gifts.
GIFs.
Oh, you go with
It's
chips.
fucking
Gifs,
gifs, my
It's not
bro.
peanut butter.
That's Jiffy.
It's just so much.
Jiff, is it? Oh,
It's
is it Jiffy?
Jiffy.
Yeah.
So interesting fact,
Yeah, yeah.
thing. The guy that created it does call it GIFs. However, everyone pronounces it GIFs.
See,
and
so
that's,
I'm like the creator, bitch.
Okay,
So
fine.
I'm with
But
him.
no.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
But
very
no,
English
so
about
look
it.
up
Yeah, yeah.
sex gifs, and
Yeah.
if you look it up, you could put head sloppy gif. Like you could literally type it into your iPhone,
Yeah.
and then you'll get all these.
yeah, but that ain't
GIFs.
enough. It's just
And you
gonna seem like
and you
sucking
can
dick.
send it. But yeah, but you can send. But a lot of them, because they're gifs, they're only.
This is what I want to articulate. You guys tell me how to say it hot. I believe you. You don't have to look it up.
I know. I want to look and see what pops
Okay.
up.
How do I say when you jerk it, I don't want you to like pull the skin at all. I want it to slide up and down on
Oh,
the
this
dick.
is Wheezy's. I don't
Why
deal
are
with
you not
skin.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
No,
because
no, he's
some
just
girls,
saying,
some
like-
girls, it's like this. Look. This is how it should go. It should just go boom, 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 boom. But some girls,
See,
it's
she
like
doesn't
da-da-da-da-da,
look
and the skin's
sexy.
coming up and then coming down. Does that make sense?
Tell her you want her hands soaking
Look.
wet.
Soaking wet.
See?
That's a good one. Let me see that one. That's too
Is
much.
that too much spit?
Let me see.
Wait, so now you have how much spit you want and how much spit you don't want?
I don't know if
I'll
that's all
take it.
spit. Let me see it. Can
This
I see that
okay, so
again?
let me just describe this
Okay,
gift for
first
you
of all,
guys.
That's not spit. Is that spit?
That's
That is
spit.
spit.
That's not spit.
She's getting
I
her
get
face
spit that
fucked.
looks
No,
like that.
he
Me
came
too.
on her.
Yo.
This is he came
No,
on
No,
her.
that's
he
not-
didn't,
no,
bruh.
that's spit, bro.
You don't watch like rough blowjobs?
No, I don't.
I-
This is, it's all over her eyes, her face.
Spit.
This
That's
is,
how my
how it
spit go,
goes.
bro.
Bitch, come on. I know we got a show.
Spit be all over, bitch. Look,
You guys are whores.
Hold on.
let me see. I'm gonna find you
Hold
another one. I'm gonna find you another one.
Let me
Well, you
keep
can
looking
just
at
go to
this.
the other one. Look,
This
now
is
he
just.
keeps looking at it. Now it's getting nice, huh?
This is just unbelievable
You know what?
amounts of spit.
I don't even know
for
that you
someone
can
who-
have that
That
amount
may
of
feel
spit.
a little too vulgar for someone that's not already
not
doing
getting
that. So I can
spit,
understand
I
that. but
think she has the flu.
use words like
I think
messy,
that-
so
I think she has some sort of sickness or something like that. You need to get on fucking
it does look like phlegm.
antibiotics.
But I'd also be into it.
No, this is you have to. You know how much grapefruit juice I would need to drink to have that type of sticky saliva? Look at that.
It's a lot.
She's sucking dick
It's
better than
holding
bitch you doing.
together as a triangle.
I love it. That's how my spit be looking.
Does it really?
Yeah.
What do you have to eat to get it to do
Nothing.
that?
I just get his like.
You
I
just
gag.
have to
I
keep
gag.
gagging to get more spit to come out.
And then be like, ah. Well, I'm normally also already one drink in.
Yo, I could fill this cup up with that much spit.
You could
vodka.
fill that cup with
Nah, it's a
spit.
venti, but I could do a tall. I
I can't do a tall with spit.
Speaking of dicks,
I
and
want
my
to throw
think
up.
I
I
like
can't
it.
stop
You-
watching it.
you can't
Yeah.
I put a double. So I went to Paris with Scissors, who's the
Right.
girl I'm seeing.
You're seeing a girl now?
I've been seeing her for a while.
That's just mad gay, yo.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest
That
with
shit
you.
is mad gay,
I
yo.
fucking texted her the
Yeah.
day after we got off this fucking trip, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, I miss you, and I think I'm gay." Like I was freaking out. I was like, "I can't believe it." I thought
Wait,
I was gonna
who's this girl? Do I know anything else about this girl?
Yeah.
Does the
Don't
world
you
know?
fucking say it.
Does the world know?
Are you about to say what
I'm
I
not
think you
gonna
about to
say
say?
nothing.
Who I fought about with?
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yeah, that girl.
Really?
That girl. Yeah, that girl.
You can all kiss my fucking ass. Speaking of not girls anymore, wait, I
Yeah.
do want to say.
What's it like having somebody sloppy seconds? What is that?
First of all, they ain't fuck. You know what?
Oh, is that what they told
We
you?
not promote. Don't watch
Is
no
that what
views
they
of the sis. This episode about to be called outright Andy. Keep playing. Oh, my birthday wish, by the way. I went.
See how they do you when
I
they
went
don't
to-
like you? They make you radioactive.
Fuck
See
it.
that shit?
I went to
I
get
was
some
right.
fucking dick, right, in
Yeah.
New Orleans, like a quick pit stop, and
Yeah.
had to take Plan B. When I tell y'all, the last 2 weeks I thought I was pregnant, I was figuring out who was gonna take me on the abortion. I was like, okay, it's either my work husband or like so and so. Like
Yeah.
I was so fucking terrified. My
Yeah.
period came on in Paris in the Notre Dame Cathedral. It was like God wanted me not to be pregnant, yo. And I don't even believe in God like that.
Yeah, but that moment you did.
I did.
Were
I
you
was
getting
like,
fingered with your pussy? You had your period out with a bitch?
it was the last day.
Oh,
But let me tell
got-
you.
Wait, so when you guys had sex this weekend in Paris?
Mm-hmm. We used this double dong. It was great. Vibrating ends. I'm gonna tell you. I got it on Adam and
What
Eve
the
actually.
fuck?
Amazing. Like holy fucking
So
shit.
you guys just
I have a picture of it.
of it going in, you guys?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
No. I'll show you what it looks like.
Me
Though.
neither.
Yeah.
Oh, this was her cleaning it because
see.
it was like in the suitcase and mad dusty, and I was like, yo,
Let me see.
this is what it looks like.
Give me a phone. Let me look at this shit. This right here. Okay.
It's big, right? It's
Yeah.
fucking. It's like 20 inches.
Oh, she's cute. I can see why, you know.
Shut your fucking mouth.
What?
Everybody's gonna want to know what
Man,
happened.
that
now.
got a plug. This is crazy.
You
Yo,
have
it
to
was-
charge it?
No, like there's a remote attached
Dude.
to it. I didn't notice that at first,
This
but
shit
listen,
is
it got the job done.
massive.
Yeah, it's huge. But it's because it goes on in 2 people, so it's like 8 inches per person.
That's what 8 inches is?
That's 20
No,
inches
that's
total.
20 inches. It's a 20-inch double-sided dildo.
Yo, it looks like it's big, but here you got to think of it.
What do
It's
you mean? It looks like a fucking cane.
It's it's
This is massive.
but it's going in.
That don't
one-
fit in the
You
luggage.
have to go back and forth. It didn't fit.
That's
in the
not an
carry-on.
overhead.
Yeah,
That's
nah.
not overhead. You got to check that.
I checked it and I
She
got a
got
little
nice
nervous.
feet,
Like,
though.
yo, are they gonna?
Yo, she knows how to jerk it for a lesbian.
She was cleaning it.
Wait, she's not full lesbian. I know that.
I wasn't going to say it. She take dick too, though.
I am so
Yeah,
upset.
she's
Don't we know?
Oh,
Don't we know?
I FaceTimed her with Beard Bay, who's this guy I'm fucking, and they was getting along, yo, and I'm like feeling the connection. I'm like, oh, I'm about to get some dick and pussy at the same time. So
Right.
excited. Oh, so let me tell you about how I
So-
almost got
so-
caught eating her pussy at the spa. So on my birthday, we went to the spa together. It was really nice. Don't keep swiping, yo. It's pussy in there.
My bad. Sorry, that's inappropriate.
You So we get to the spa, right? And this guy is it's a Thai massage, and he's on top of me,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm naked as fuck.
Oh, shit,
She's
yeah.
getting her titties rubbed on. She's getting good.
What?
So we go to the steam room,
Right.
and we're in there naked, and like you're soaking fucking wet in the steam room, and I'm like, okay, well, like what else are we gonna do? So she lifts her legs up. I start eating her pussy, and the fucking door opens. The door outside of the steam room. So now I'm frozen, like, with tongue, like, in pussy, like, and I'm freaking out. She's starting to make noise. I'm starting to make noise. And this little tiny Thai man walks in. He's like,
Wait, he saw you guys?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
He saw me, like, get out of her vagina. He's like, you come out? You ready to go? You ready to go? I was so embarrassed. So we walk back upstairs, and there's this line of, like, Thai people that are, like, ready to give massages that just look at us like we were the lesbians eating pussy, and I felt so much shame. I've never in my life felt that fucking bad about, like, eating pussy.
Maybe they were just surprised to see, like, a lady that didn't have a dick.
It took me a long time.
Because I don't know if you know about Thai culture.
I do a bit.
Right.
They swinging left and right.
They like the lady boys.
They love them. So maybe he looked in, he was like, so that's pussy. Wow.
Oh, wow. From America. Dude, it was, like, really fucking embarrassing. And then we're getting this scrub, right? Like,
Right.
So they're like, okay, you have to go in the shower to wash off the scrub.
Yeah.
And she, like, was like, okay, you can go one time, one time. And it was clearly big enough for
They
two.
knew that you guys were going to fuck in there.
Dude, I felt so
Yeah.
guilty. Like, I felt bad about it all fucking night.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like, why do I feel so much shame about, like, getting caught about sex by people I'll never see again?
It's a good point. Why?
I don't know. And I didn't even realize until it happened, like, I'm a little weird about being with a woman sometimes. Like, in other places, like in New York, don't care. On the plane, we're sitting next to this, like, middle-aged woman from Westchester. I'm holding her hand. We're kissing and stuff on the flight. Not too much, but just a quick, it's 8 hours. And I could see the woman, like, fucking freaking out.
Yeah.
And I could only imagine how much worse it is for two men.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you
for
also got to consider, right? It's like, you know, that person might be religious, right? And, you know, you guys are sinning and, you know, you're in a plane.
That's what we're not gonna do.
I'm just saying,
Nah.
in terms of religion.
So you
not-
think
I didn't make the
Right.
rules.
I
you
get it,
think
I
that
get
older
it.
people are feeling like maybe that's
You gonna make the plane crash. That's what I'm saying. If that's what I'm trying to get is like when I'm on the plane, I listen to a Hillsong.
Okay.
Do you guys know Hillsong?
Yeah, the church.
The church. So I listen to that, and it's like that's what I'm doing for the plane. You know, that's me giving back to the plane, right? So
Sinner's gonna bring the plane down.
if we're operating in this world, I don't believe in it. I don't believe it's a sin. I think you
about
should
to
do
jest
whatever the fuck
hilarious.
you
We
want.
see you.
Exactly, right? That's what I'm saying. But there's other people in that plane who they believe devoutly in religion, and they're like,
That's what she made me feel like.
so
And I think that's why I got
how
that
do you think you
fucking-
made her feel? Like, oh, we going down because these bitches need to make out. You couldn't wait 8 hours, bitch.
We didn't
bitch, you
make
couldn't
out.
wait 8 hours.
Right.
Yeah, we were just, you know.
We gotta all die
I ain't
because
gonna lie.
y'all want to eat some pussy on the
I
goddamn
was
fucking
getting real
plane.
gay. You know how, like, on the screen they got games? After a few hours, you're tired of watching
God
movies.
is looking at you like I gotta kill everybody because y'all can't want to finger each other on a fucking in a
I
coach
wanted to
seat.
fuck on the plane.
I know you did.
Yo,
and this bitch was like you're not getting out.
The lady
You're not
had a
getting out
fa-
because I know if you go to the bathroom, we're dying.
She had a fucked up headrest. I was like, yo, you don't want to sit somewhere else? She was like, no.
Because she got to make the plane land. When I put on Hillsong, it's not for me. I know the words. I'm making the plane land, okay? Everybody's going to be safe. So what you're doing right now, in her mind, not in my mind, I'm looking at you guys. I'm like, this is fucking hot. These two lesbians, they're going at it. Maybe we're going to see some fingering shit. It's dope,
Maybe
right?
Once that blanket go.
Once the blanket goes, it's lit. I'm watching. I might even have my phone. I might be videotaping. I'm pretend I'm texting. But that lady who just wants to get back to her family, do you know what I mean? Like, you are terrorizing that bitch. You really are.
It wasn't even that bad. We were just holding hands, and then she would start telling us about her grandkids and shit. I'm like, yo, she's trying to make me feel bad.
What, the white lady?
Yeah, she was
She's
like,
like, my grandkids are amazing. Do you know how to make grandkids? With a male and female relationship.
she probably did.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and get into our vanilla shit for the week.
Hey.
As you guys know, this is our segment where we bring up sex in the news. So this one, I know we all kind of like panicked for a little bit. Facebook and Instagram went down last week. And at that very moment, I was like,
Facebook
oh, bitch.
went down.
Facebook and Instagram. Yes, that's why no one.
I guess I wouldn't know about
You
Facebook.
weren't in town, I don't believe.
I remember Instagram going down.
So Facebook owns Instagram.
Oh, I just didn't know that. I know Instagram crashes. I didn't know they both.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so they were both down at the same time, which of course there was not only an influx of Twitter users, but also Pornhub had a huge spike in users when Facebook went down. Many took to the last remaining social media platforms to voice their concerns, plus make some quite hilarious posts about the issue. I'm reading this now, and it says like a lot of people were tuning into porn videos, which to me, I actually now view a lot of my porn videos on Twitter.
Really?
Yes. Which it's now
But they're only like 2 or 3 minutes, right?
How many minutes you need?
Yeah, that's fine. 2 or 3
Because Mandy be
minutes.
talking about how she liked the scenes.
I
and
do.
shit.
So this,
I mean, the
this works
setup.
me up and makes my pussy wet. So like right now.
That's right. You need a whole build-up.
I
Last time I was
do.
on here, there's a
So
funny
there's
gif,
17 minutes.
GIF, if you will, of you saying it takes 15 minutes to get your pussy wet, and I'm looking at my
Oh,
phone, and then you,
saw someone,
yeah, and then you say it,
someone
and I'm
made
like,
that a video.
That was
because in
good.
my mind, I'm like, that's literally
Yeah.
11 more minutes than I need for sex. The
Oh
whole
my God.
process.
Well, so that's the thing.
The whole
So
process.
with me, when it comes to porn, I like to be visually stimulated.
Right.
So I also have to watch porn
Yeah.
in order for me to get wet, in order for me to play with my pussy, in order for me to come. And so yeah, it takes me a while. I have to get into the porns, so I'll probably
Right.
switch between 3 or 4 different scenes.
It's a lot of-
because I need
things.
moaning. I
Right.
need the
I
booty
need
hole to
good
look
moaning
cute.
though. I can't
Yeah,
do like
I need good moaning.
yeah, make me.
Well, see, I listen to guys, so
Right.
it has to be like, ooh, but like, and they also have to sound masculine
Right.
when they moan.
You want it to sound like Sheck West.
Not quite.
What is
not
it?
Quite.
Fuck, bitch.
Something like that. And then I've been noticing since our episode about talking about music and porn, I have been really into finding the more amateur videos with
Right.
rap music in the background.
Oh hell.
Oh, I
yeah.
don't like the
it's
music
been-
of that.
It's been
Can't do
like
music.
at an all-time
I-
high where I'm just like, oh my God, is that Ja Rule playing?
I'm starting
I
to
miss
believe
this
that your
song.
mother is not white. I believe
Why?
that Tammy is not your mama, my nigga. I'm telling you
Why?
right now.
What's the problem?
I like rap music in my porn.
Yes!
How much more? Dog, you
I
are
can't
wild
like
right
rap music in my porn, bitch.
now.
Wait, your mom's white?
Yes.
What?
We're not gonna do that. She's
By the-
white as hell.
by the
I
way,
had
shout
no
out-
clue.
Shout out to our listener Kemi who sent this in. She sent it in an email, and I'm guessing it's because you were probably watching porn. You were like, "Damn, I ain't been on Instagram all day. Let me look up the vanilla."
So
shit."
your mom's white
Her mom is black.
and your mom's black. Oh my God.
You're gonna meet my mom in Orlando because I want you to give her free tickets. I didn't tell you yet, but
Whatever you want, you can have without a doubt.
my mom's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go. We're gonna have a good time."
So let me ask you, when Facebook and Instagram was down, did it affect you? Did you feel you were tweeting more? Did you go watch porn?
Can I ask you guys a question?
Uh-oh.
No, because I'm just curious because I've had girlfriends in the past that are half black, and then people try to say that I haven't dated black women because they're
Don't do
half
this.
black.
That's what we're not gonna do.
But no,
Because
what I'm saying
we
is,
have listeners that kind
No,
of
I've had someone say that to a guy I was with. They were like, "Oh, but you're not dating a black girl," and that shit's really hurtful.
right? Isn't that weird? Like, if they identified
That
as
girl you
black,
dated she didn't even look that mixed to me.
who?
She was light skinned. The girl that I remember.
Yeah.
She looked black to me.
Yeah, because she's
She-
black.
But, I mean, she,
Right?
she didn't look like I get why
But
people
isn't
like
that
to
weird?
say that, but I think people just
Wait,
kind
white
of,
people say that?
No,
No,
it's
black-
actually
black
it's
people
black
say
people
that.
that say
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same.
But she's
White,
mixed. but
white
she's
people are
black.
like, no, she's
no,
black.
she's black as fuck. But that's the response that we get. Even when we identify as black, we have our followers that don't want to let us say that we're black. Even though we
weird.
identify as black. Throughout school, I was black. Like, I've always identified
Honestly,
as black.
Yeah.
I used to think that our followers were like that, but nah. Our listeners
I
definitely.
mean, they've grown, but there still are some.
You're talking about some.
Like, yeah, this
Yeah.
definitely. Whenever I speak, I'm never directing anything towards
Right.
all.
Shout out to
Right.
Nicole Bitchy. She put us in for the WOCs.
It's XO Nicole. She doesn't go by Nicole Bitchy anymore.
Well, that's how I know her.
But yeah,
So
me
formerly known as.
well,
but-
tell that bitch I said what's up.
I hate you. Yeah, nah, but yeah, that's. I mean, that's. I don't know. I think it's just how people want to view things. I think it's how ignorant people are. Like, because in society, a drop of black makes you black. That's what they used to say, or something like that.
So live.
I don't know.
You don't know.
25% made you a slave. So speaking of porn, Our kink of the week, I don't have a definition for it because I would like you to take it away, is the casting call couch porn.
Oh, I
and the
love
reason
these.
I
Yeah, I
chose
love
this
This is what we talked
is
about at your
because
show. Yeah.
at our New York show on Sunday at Caroline's,
Love it.
Andrew came up, talked about it, and we reenacted a little bit of it together. Tell us what casting couch porn is.
So casting couch porn is there's a guy, I specifically watch one. I only watch one. And this guy's name is Rick.
Okay.
And he does casting couch, backroom casting couch.
If you're on Pornhub, you can look up backroom.
Put backroom casting couch in.
Okay.
And then all of Rick's videos come up. He has a scar kind of on his left arm, I
Jesus
believe, by his
Christ,
elbow.
yo.
He had some sort of elbow surgery and significant elbow
How do
surgery.
you know?
Really connected to Rick.
Oh, I told her at the show I could draw his dick. I could draw his dick to the vein if I wanted to, easily.
Not to the vein.
To the vein, I could do it. He has a short dick. He's a kind of small dick. And so it's kind of fun. Like,
Wow, this looks really real.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's an amazing actor.
He acts, the girls act. I can tell you my favorite one. Can I show you my favorite one? Can I show you the girl?
Let's hear a little.
Let me make sure you're right. The one. Let's make sure it's the right one.
Don't look up my search.
Oh,
So Rick does these. So basically, what we're looking at, there's a girl on the couch. It looks like a shitty little room.
yes.
How do you know so much about Rick? How are you so invested?
I've watched so many. I just love the way he does it, man. The guy's so good. He's just so good.
What makes you good at a casting couch porn?
The way he talks them through it. Like, I jerk off to the negotiation. I don't really jerk off to.
So you don't jerk off to naked people.
No, I mean they're naked. Like this girl right here is. Whoa. This is
Put it
not
on the mic.
Oh, hold on. It's not it. Hold on. Okay. This
Oh,
is
that
my.
was the ad?
Yeah, that was ad.
Oh,
this
that was
is
pretty good.
this is my favorite.
I'm just used to
one.
Selena.
I have
and I'm
one
gonna
that
show
is
you
my
big
favorite.
ass.
Okay.
This is my go-to.
Yo, Selena on Camstorm tied her. I'm gonna show you my big ass on Camster.com.
She is so bout it. She
Put it on the
fucking.
mic.
Doesn't matter. Just go. She does this really cool thing. Oh, this is my
Based
favorite.
on your sexual experience, how many guys have you had sex with?
Ask them questions, Rick.
25 now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Based on that 25 guys,
25 guys.
what makes you think that you have what it takes to be an adult actress?
Yeah, put it on her.
Because
What makes you
I
think?
love sex, and I don't want to have sex
Yes, you
anymore
do.
unless it's for work now. Because,
Oh.
like, why am I going to just, like, go have sex with somebody and not get to stay out of it? And then not
And
get
not get
to
money.
and then not
Good
to go on a
girl.
date or
Get your
split
shit.
or
Yo, are you gonna argue?
Look, I love this shit. Hold on, son. Hold on. Yo, she does this thing in this video. This is my go-to. This is my favorite one.
Wait, you can come to
She's
the same
in
porns
love.
again?
She's in love. Dude, no. The way that just her and there's another one. The other girl isn't even that good looking, but she's so into it.
Curly redhead?
It's fake red hair. The she goes like there's two things she does in this that I love. One, when she's getting fucked, you feel like she loves it. Like they start making out at one point. Rick never kisses. And
Okay.
they start making out and I'm like, this is real. They're both into this shit because Rick don't kiss. And there's one scene where she's sucking his dick and she does this thing which is fascinating.
You're gonna show us?
I'm gonna show you, but I'm not gonna spit. But like, say this is Rick's dick, right?
Uh-huh.
She spits down, not down it. The dick is horizontal like a hot dog, and she spits along it like she's putting ketchup on it, right? Spits along like that, and then starts sucking it. I was in love. I was absolutely in love. I could not believe it. Take me out to the ball game. You take me out to the ball game,
And
you curvy
there's the
redheaded
YouTube
bitch.
clip.
I love you. This girl, and there you'll see the clip in it, spits right down the stem, right down the stem of it, and then just goes at it. And Rick is looking at her in the same way I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at Rick, and Rick can't look at me, but
Yo, you know they fucked again.
Of course. Rick fucks twice every time.
Really?
Gets the nut off for the cam.
Oh, that's
and then
hot.
goes
he keeps
back
fucking
in.
with it in there, on there?
No.
No, after.
This is for like he gets the nut because you got to get the nut, right? And then he puts in work. Now I know that about Rick because I watch enough. Most people don't know that about Rick, but that's his like little go-to. Is like I'm gonna just get the nut, right? And then she's gonna clean up, and then we're running it back.
I'm dead.
Because I've seen sometimes they got different manicures. I'm like, oh, bitch, you thought I was going to pick up on that? You went from French manicure to yellow? That's
Wait.
yellow.
With jerking off, you're on tour now, right? I know you
Yeah.
got Alex with you and you're doing your inside jokes. How are you jerking off?
I don't jerk off.
What do you mean, like anymore?
Yeah, I don't jerk off.
When's the last time you jerked off?
Can't remember.
Fuck you.
Swear to God.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
I have to masturbate every
Just
every
to get
night
it
to go
off?
to bed.
I'll just have sex with a girl. If I want it, like,
Come on, blue check life.
I'm just saying, like,
It's weird because
Yeah.
I feel like I need a blue check. Like my pussy right now, I just feel like I don't know where like so I want a boyfriend or a trick. That's it. But now I don't even know the price because it's just priceless right now because I done been on Vice. I done been on HBO. Like I'm on tour. I'm selling out. I'm just like, fuck, what do I even charge now? Like I don't even know. It's
What do
just
you
like,
usually
no, it's
charge?
Not enough. Like back in the day, I would have easily chilled with a nigga for like $500.
500.
Yeah, I used to get like $2,000 for like the Africans and shit. But wait, I'm finna open up, whatever.
So,
but now, like, I'm just like, damn, $2,000. That's not even enough either. Like, I don't know. It's just there's no price now. I make a lot of
2,000
money.
isn't enough from a guy you already fucked.
I mean, so those don't count. So now I don't want nothing. Like I'm.
this
getting
is a
all,
stranger,
I'm
or
getting
this is
all these like retired like ball. Like now they're retired. They
Right,
weren't
right,
retired
right.
back in the day.
right.
But now they're all coming back on my line. Like, oh, congrats! I see you doing your thing. We gotta link up. What we linking up for? For what?
So you'll say straight up, it's $2,000.
No, no. I don't have a set price, but it's just now I don't know what I would say. Like, if a nigga wants to like fly me out, it's just I don't know the price. That's the problem.
But there will be an interaction where you talk about the price, and it's like, hey,
no,
how does that work?
No. So it's
Yeah,
never
are you like I gotta take off work?
Yeah, so
It's
I
gonna
used
be-
to do that. I used to do that. So that was easy when I was a bartender because I'm like, listen, if I come fly to you, that's fine. You're covering everything when I get there. But
Well,
if I
I'm
come to you
taking
now,
off
I'm
work.
taking off work. And as a bartender, it used to be easy because I used to be like, oh, you want me to come on a whatever day it was? Oh, that's my biggest night. That's my big night actually.
All right, well,
So
let's
I
do
would
Tuesday.
I would say like, yeah, well, I make at least 700 that night, and you're never really going anywhere for just one night, so they would have to cover what I would make at work type shit. So like 1,500.
So it's not like a specific I'm paying you for sex. It's always like I'm
oh yeah,
paying you.
no. You're paying me because I have to take off work.
That's smart.
Yeah, or I would like right now like I really want these shoes and they're $1,300.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well we're
What
not
shoes
going.
are
to,
they?
They're Christian Louboutins Marie Pellet. They're very fucking
Strappy?
nice. Yes, with stripes on them. They're beautiful. And so
You
those
buy
are
Poshmark.
no, they're brand new.
Oh,
They're brand new. Like
Okay,
they just
so
came out for
I just
season.
bought those
So I'll be
Balenciaga
like,
sneakers. I want to return them already.
yeah, so I'm like, I want these shoes. And if you can't give me my shoes, then okay, then I really don't want to see you.
So
So
you'll,
it's never a price on the pussy,
it's
per se.
per se,
Per
right?
se.
It's not direct. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying to
not-
understand.
I'm never direct. Like I'm never like, oh, my pussy costs this, or
Right.
if you want to fuck, you gotta give me this amount of money because I've never had like a going rate. That just did no.
Right, right,
But like,
right.
if I want something, I should be able to ask a nigga for it.
Right.
And a woman should never call off of work.
He
to
gonna buy
go-
me Gucci if I ask for it.
Yeah, like that's
City
what I'm
girls
saying.
trying
I
to make
should
me
be
want
able
to
to
fuck for
ask
money a
for
little
it.
bit.
It's
Like,
not even fucking for money or fucking like. I feel like if you want to fuck me and that's all you want to do, because either you have a girlfriend or wife, or you're already telling me you ain't really looking for nothing, you just want to link, you just want to chill. All you want is my pussy. So at that point, all you see me is as a piece of pussy. Anyways, do I think I care if you think I'm also a prostitute or a hoe or anything else? No, because you're only looking at me as a fucking hole to stick your dick in. So the least I can do is get something out your ass because you're probably not gonna make me nut. So it's never really like having that conversation of, oh, I'm putting a price tag on my pussy. But a lot of men will tell you up front that's all they want from you is sex.
But this is the oldest profession.
I want to comment on this. I want to comment
yes,
on
I
this.
would love to.
This is, I think, the best argument that I've heard anybody make for this,
Oh.
and that's the YouTube clip.
What's this?
Whatever you just said, put a clip of that on YouTube as well. You're commodifying pussy because they've commodified it.
They've
right?
objectified it.
Yeah, what I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
commodified, the same thing. Like,
Right,
so it's
gotcha,
like,
yes.
like we put it on the stock market. Like, dude basically said, all I want from you is that thing. I don't
That's
care
it.
about what you got to say.
Your
I don't care
emotions,
about
your
your emotion. None of that.
feelings. I don't
Come
wanna be
here
with
just
you.
to
Yeah.
fuck, right? So, if you're probably not even gonna come, right, and it's not shocking for you to have sex with a famous person like it is
Yeah,
for
I know.
some girls, right? You need to be compensated in some way,
In some way.
right?
Yep.
You've chosen to you've chosen the compensation of either a monetary good or, you know, an item, a bag, a pair of shoes,
Anything,
or something.
or even like one nigga that want to fuck me right now. We fucked already before.
Right.
So I really want a tan. A bitch is white as fuck. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll take a trip to the Bahamas.
Right.
Like, can we go to the Bahamas? But then you need to take us to the Bahamas. Then we can have fun and we can do whatever you want to do.
So
but
I
like,
want
yeah,
I want to
have
get to
come.
something else after this. This is
Yeah.
very interesting. But I think the argument you made was very interesting. Is like, yo, he's treating me not like a person.
No.
So
not at all.
you decided the rules to this interaction, not me.
Yeah.
If you said, hey, can we go out to dinner and just hang out? And nothing sexual. I mean, if it goes there, it goes there. But I just want to see what you're up to.
Niggas don't even be wanting to take a bitch out. They literally like come to the hotel.
Right. So it's like
fuck?
But if a guy presented that to you, and he was like, hey, can we just grab coffee sometime? You're not gonna be like, I'm gonna need some shoes.
No,
for
absolutely.
But
coffee.
there's a different thing, and this is the argument that many sex workers have. It's like, well, when do you fuck for free? And it's like when there's other interest there, when I
when there's
want
another-
to spend my
of
time
course.
with you. Spending time with someone to me is a lot more effort than sex.
100%.
Right. So here's so that's interesting.
And that's my
Okay,
argument.
so here's my
You're
next
not
question.
even putting effort.
No. I think
Yeah.
Listen, you know me. I'm the type of guy that gives
know-
pushback on
I
things,
know you
and
do.
I was.
We see the shirt though.
I was
Watch your mouth.
No, but like I was real talk. I even looked at Benson. Benson and I looked at each other, and it was like, this is a compelling argument. They're making the objectification.
Yeah.
Why do you have to operate on these fake moral standards after someone has agreed to not operate on them?
Yeah.
Morality says we treat people as people, right?
Yep.
Once we're treating person as pussy, all bets are off,
All
homie.
of it, and I don't give a fuck what you think about
Here's
me.
the question.
Yes. Ask
Now
away.
here's my question.
Ask away.
I find it incredibly difficult
Yes.
to hang out with somebody that I don't have some sort of like kind of baseline emotional connection with
Yes.
after I nut. Prior to nutting, there's the yearning to nut, so I can put up with tons of shit. But afterwards, we were talking on Rogan, post-nut syndrome kicks in, and it's like, hey,
However,
you got to go.
there's two different things here. If you are paying for it, you're clearly, in my opinion, paying for them to leave.
Yes.
No, but you're in the Bahamas now. That was the other half of the question.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
now you're with this guy in the Bahamas for potentially maybe 2
A
days.
weekend, yeah.
You can put up and be around this guy. Like you don't have any problem with
so
that.
with
Like
him,
that.
we fucked before, so that's another thing too.
Right.
I feel like I'm not in the space where I can literally be around men who I can't stand
Gotcha.
necessarily.
These are
So it's
pre-qualified
like, yeah,
individuals.
They're like, okay, you're decent looking. I would probably fuck you off rip anyway, or we've already engaged in sex. However, at this point in time and where I am, you have a situation and you just want to kick it, which I know what that means. You're not trying to get coffee or just go to the movies or have a night out.
Right.
You want a nightcap. And so in that case, you would not want to see me unless that is happening.
But now you're in the Bahamas.
so now-
So what
yeah.
happens like from the hours of noon till 8?
Oh, nigga, we going jet skiing. It's a whole 9. We finna have fun.
So you're like, all right, dude, we enjoy each other's company enough. It's fun. I know this is not going to go further, so I'm not going to get emotionally invested.
Right.
And I can put that blockade up right now.
Right.
But I can still talk to you about shit, and we can talk about the game, or we can go jet. We can have fun.
100%. Yes.
This is interesting.
But you have to remember why that works.
Why?
Because they've already made the understanding.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
It is in a lot of ways
This
a
is
very
not
honest
something
relationship.
where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I fucked this girl that I know is interested, and I was trying to get the pussy, and now
Right.
she's here. What do I do?
You're not misleading,
You've
yeah.
already made the understanding, so it's gonna be a lot more comfortable. Which is why most men like when they
That's
have.
the price of the understanding.
Right.
There is a
There's
price.
no hassle behind it.
Yes.
So you're not feeling that post-nut bullshit because you're like,
You don't
"Ugh,"
feel a
because
responsibility.
You're feeling that because you're feeling worried for her emotions.
And that's
Because you know you lied to
so
her.
that's what I
you
was
know
gonna
you
say.
misled her.
So, Andrew,
and
that-
usually we don't. That is something to clarify. We
That-
can truly believe that we like you and then nut and be
By
like,
the way,
"Fuck."
the horrible
Right.
decision was views from the Cis-Het-Heaux,
So
and
this is, we're
that's it.
actually getting there. So what you're
was
saying,
that? What?
you're saying though, in terms of the post nut, how you feel. So that's the thing. A lot of women like to lay up with a guy because they're emotionally vested in someone who they just gave their soul to.
May I?
Yes.
They're trading. A lot of times, women are trading their pussy for an emotional payment.
100%.
They're going, you could have this pussy
But I need you to.
if
yes.
I'm filled emotionally,
Yes.
and you're saying, hey, I know you're not going to fill me emotionally,
So
so
I
you're
need
going to
something-
fill something else.
I know this tank,
Where's
this
my
bank account, this something.
Marie
But the
Louboutin,
problem is, a lot of women
Petit.
can't say that.
And that's the thing.
the dude that I'm fucking right now, the guy
And
that I call
dudes
Beard
can't.
Bait,
I can't
I
say-
let him know every time. When you're with me,
Yeah.
I need you to feel like my boyfriend. For
Oh,
whether
you
it
want
be,
the boyfriend experience.
if we're together for 2 fucking days,
Yes.
you need to feel like my boyfriend those 2 days.
Yes.
And I get it.
Now,
cuddling
is
with
it
me, we're
hard?
watching TV,
Question:
take-
Is it hard for you to
Let go?
remove? Yes.
Yes.
Once that's established,
Hell yeah.
that
Here's
is
the
our
thing.
fear. Our fear is
The-
I would like to
Right.
connect with you and feel affection. I'm like most people. I enjoy feeling affection. I like cuddling. But my concern is if I give you that, I could set a standard and and push you in a direction that would be really hard for you to come back from. So
it
I'm
used to be very
colder.
difficult for me, but now I'm getting to a place where I know I need intimacy.
Yes.
And I now know I don't need intimacy
Yes.
with people that aren't going to be my soulmate or the one. I can feel intimacy with anybody. And
Okay.
that I've come to realize. I used to assume that passionate sex or that intimate moments had to be with someone that you would then have a deeper connection with. I now know you can kiss me and hold me and cuddle me, and this doesn't have to be forever because it's not.
Right.
And we both now understand that.
I get
So
that
that's-
too.
that's
That
the
is
thing. I
that
think-
is
I
fascinating.
think a lot of women do this. Like
Okay.
what you're saying with
It's
the
not
with
easy,
the,
though.
with the
We
laying
are
in
cooking
bed.
now,
with,
guys.
Yeah,
We are cooking now. This is good.
So with the laying in bed.
Yes,
with
yes,
even
yes,
having
yes.
sex.
Yes.
A lot of women attach once you have sex with somebody.
I want this
you
to
guys.
be even for the shot.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
feel like it might not.
I just wanted.
But they
Good.
attach-
We're good.
they-
go on.
go
Go on.
Yeah, they're attaching sex, they're attaching laying up, they're attaching
Yes.
passion, they're attaching kissing.
Yeah.
All of these things that men may do to now this man likes me or now we may be together.
But that's
and now
because
this emotion.
we feel that way. We need to like you
Right.
in order to fuck you.
Which is why with you, with what we
Right,
were saying
that's a good
earlier.
point,
which,
too.
Well, which is what we were saying earlier. You don't have to feel bad about, or like me, or any woman who sets the guidelines of what a relationship is from the very beginning. If I realize you only want sex, it is dumbfounded of me to sit here and think, okay, he's telling me all he wants is sex, but if I fuck him, then maybe he'll want to make me his girlfriend.
Right.
Which is how a lot of girls go into having sex with guys, even though a guy may say, listen, I just want to fuck. So as women,
they're
we
being
need to do
dishonest.
the whole bartering thing. If you don't just want to give a man pussy,
Yeah.
what more do you want out of it? Because at the
But
end
you
of the day,
have to be very
Guys, I
fucking
Very
just
clear, yeah.
remembered what I was wearing, and it's hilarious. But go on.
it's very hilarious. You're looking like fucking Pepto-Bismol across me. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so question. So
Yes.
here's my question, because this is very interesting. I've noticed as I've gotten older, and I've been kind of more aware of myself. I'm 35 years old.
Old as fuck.
A lot of
old
candles
as
on those
fuck.
cake, I remember.
A lot of candles.
I didn't even, the pack came with 25, and I was like, just give me the number.
2. Yeah, great. Double up. So, so what I've noticed is I'm aware of the conventional wisdom and pressure of society, which is to link up with one person and start a family. I'm also hyper aware that I can be very happy dating multiple women that is not purely sexual, that I enjoy spending a night with them, hanging out, going to dinner.
You know why?
Learning a little about their life
Because
and,
we
and like
are
being
forgetting
affectionate.
that with people that are truly non-monogamous,
Yeah.
that believe that they can hang out with a bunch of women and still. When I was with Scissors, right, in Paris that whole time, she's seeing a guy. She texted him and like telling him how much fun she was having. I texted the Beard Bay guy. This is because we do this in our regular life with friends all of the time. I have my friends that I love to go to the gym with. I have my friends that I love to party with. I like house music. I like rap music. Sometimes I want to go to the museum.
Compartmentalization.
We have friends that we do this
Yeah.
shit with, right? All of the time. We're like on the phone with different people all the time, on Instagram, on social media. But for love, for some reason, we always think it's got to be one.
It's because of children, and the idea is you have a better chance of raising your kid if there are two parents in the household. Not even household. I'm talking about. We're talking going back like hundreds of thousands of years, right? Like if you have two dedicated people.
Even financially now.
Financially.
Like, yeah, even if
With
you
that,
just
I mean,
bring in
imagine
financial-
trying to raise a kid in New York City
Yeah.
by yourself. It'd
Yeah,
be,
I grew up in a single parent household. There was 3 of us, and we were on
brutal.
government assistance.
It's
up
brutal.
through me being in high school.
It is
That's a
brutal.
lot.
And
of
yeah, and then
fucking
by
work.
high school, I was paying for
course.
the school supplies and helping
course.
with my younger sisters.
1000%.
So like, I get that even with the 2-parent household, which we had a whole conversation because
Yeah.
someone.
So you're
brought that up, but
sacrificing
yes.
a little bit of maybe what your evolutionary biology is telling you want, right? There's a little part of you that goes, hey, I can compartmentalize and I can date Mandy and I can have so much fun, and I can date Wheezy and I can have so much fun, and
Right.
and it doesn't. When I'm with Mandy, I'm not going, I hate that girl Wheezy or I want to disrespect her. I can truly be interested in both of your lives, and not so deep that it's like, hey, we're building a family, but much like Friends, where it's like, hey, you guys want to kick it? Let's go
So
play
let
some
me
pool.
ask you
Let's do
something,
that.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Do you believe that you can love more than one person?
I believe
at the
that.
time.
I-
too.
Do you also feel like if you were in a monogamous relationship with just one woman,
Yeah.
that if you cheated on her,
Yeah.
that you love the woman you're with any less? Because that's
No.
an argument that's you don't believe that either.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that my love for someone is is defined by sacrifice. I believe my love for someone is defined by how much I love them. So I think a lot of times women constitute our love based on what we're willing to give up. For example, so like girls might say, well, you're not going to a strip club. Why not? We goes, well, if you love me and care about me, you wouldn't go to a strip club. So now you're creating.
That's one of those toxic traits.
But for sure, so it's like
No, I think that's bullshit.
So we're creating a validation matrix, right? Where a girl's looking for reasons why the guy loves her, because she's actually not feeling that love on a regular basis. And I feel like if you are full of love from your partner, you're way less concerned with behaviors that society tells us dictate love. You don't give me flowers. Okay, I don't give you flowers. Like,
it's the
why
same
does
thing
that?
as Instagram and Hallmark and all of this bullshit that makes people feel like this is what love looks like. And it's interesting because you brought up evolution in a way that I didn't exactly consider about that innate thing with children. When Mandy and I had our evolution episode, we talked about marriage and where
we brought it up because yo ass me coming on flagrant saying I don't believe.
Yeah,
in
but
science.
they were saying that like marriage is this
Science
Western
was the
thing.
funniest. I don't believe in science. That was the funny.
Not at all. Nope.
But it's just
No,
whatever.
but you
Go
know
on.
what pissed me off about all of
Yeah.
y'all? Actually, me and Van both said this point. How come nobody else talked about the other fucking solar system? Like, why did no one else talk about? We're not the only one. Like, y'all
Solar
never.
system.
There's other solar systems.
That.
No, I know there are. No, I believe in science. I think that you're wrong about that.
That's fine.
Yeah. But I just thought a part of your character came out that was really funny. And I spoke to you privately about this.
Yeah.
But like, I thought we discovered something very funny about you, and I think that comes out in the live shows as well. Right?
Thank
That
you.
there's like a side of you comes out when I think you're very comfortable and not being concerned about being judged, and that is willing to say things that you know might be criticized.
Well, it's an
Yeah,
unpopular
absolutely.
opinion.
It's an unpopular opinion, and you don't care.
No.
And when you're in situations where you're defensive, that part of Mandy doesn't come out. When you're in situations where, I guess for whatever reason, we've all made each other feel comfortable.
Right.
Where you're like, you know what? I don't believe in science. And it's just like, who fucking says that?
Yo, that shit
but
was
I
that
laughed.
funny.
It was.
PEMDAS was the best thing.
Yo,
ever.
that shit was so
the
Yo,
best
shut the fuck up. Do you
fucking-
know people was still getting on my shit? It was the other thing though.
She was like, I'm really tired. No, bitch.
I was tired, bitch. I was
Okay.
For
tired.
anybody
Go
that
on,
doesn't
go on,
know
go
what
on.
we're talking
No,
about.
You were
there was a-
talking about evolution. There was
Yeah.
something you on your show, yeah.
So anyway,
the
in the
monogamous,
evolution conversation, we discussed monogamy and if it was in animals, and there was only like 2 animals that are monogamous. I think it was like either penguins and tapeworms. Like it's not
Animals that are the same size are made for life. So animals where there's a size discrepancy between the male and female usually do not. And that's in both ways. Like a female octopus, nature is fascinating. So penguins made for life. For the most part. Sometimes you got some trifling ass penguins. And there's like there's a video of a trifling ass penguin bitch.
For
This shit
real?
is so sad, man. She just like, dude was going to get fish and she just went with another one, and the dude came back, started busting the other dude's ass, and the dude
What?
started busting his ass.
Wait, and these penguins? Oh, you gotta
Penguins
send me
up.
this video.
Oh, there's
man.
a whole like everybody. It blew up the internet. It was unbelievable, and it was really sad because my man got his ass kicked by the dude who was fucking his
Let me put a
girl.
reminder to put this
The
link
dude's
for our
fucking his
patrons.
girl while he's getting fish for his girl, right? And you know they don't got hands, so you got to eat the fish, right? You got to eat the fish and throw it back up on your girl, right?
No!
Yes. So like, dude is coming with a full belly of fish, ready to feed his girl. He been in the ocean with fucking killer whales. Do you know what I mean? Sharks and shit. He been running away from polar bears, literally like this, like a mile per hour, running away from polar bears, right? And he
she out
finally
fucking
gets
the next
home.
penguin?
This bitch getting fucked by the next penguin. And he's
No.
like, this fucked up. So now he full belly, got to fight the next penguin. Now you're full belly, right? Like, I can't do nothing on full belly. I'm going to get a cramp.
He threw up in the video.
No, he didn't even throw up. He got his ass whooped.
No.
Yo, the other penguin busts his ass. Crazy. Beat the shit out of him.
Oh, that's so
Beat the
sad.
shit. And then he got a sad walk away. First of all, you can't even run away. You know how slow they walk? Like, it's 30 minutes and
Who
you
did the
turn
girl
around
go
and he's
with in the
15
end?
feet away. You know what I mean?
No, the penguin better have went back with her little man.
No.
No,
She stayed with the new one because he bust the other penguin's ass.
Yo, is this blood?
Yes, it's trifling. This dude is crazy.
Yo, put the minute mark. We got to pause this. bro.
Okay,
Hold up.
it is.
Hold on,
It
wait,
is.
I wanna see
I'll
this.
I'll break it down.
Flock here to fix up their nests and breed.
Okay,
Hold on.
let me basically say what's going here. Let me
You
hold
want me
it.
to
Y'all
turn down
watch.
the narrator?
Y'all watch. Y'all watch. I'll hold it for y'all. so y'all can see it.
Do you want
Okay.
it on the screen?
Can you get it up on the screen?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Eden can get it up on the
put this-
screen.
let's put
Hold
this
on,
on
because
pause.
this shit is so.
I just typed in cheating penguin on YouTube.
It's only 3
So
minutes.
yeah, put the minute mark and we'll watch it together.
All right. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Now, I wish we had the volume. What second you on? What second are you on?
I already marked it at 104.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no.
I want the volume of that, but I don't want it,
It
to
should
fuck
be volume
up
of
their
this.
video.
We've watched YouTube on here.
I don't want to fuck up their recording.
Oh, this is?
That's it.
Yeah.
Look at this. All right, ready? You're at 28. Stay at 28. Ready? I got this. We gonna do this shit super fancy. This is the crazy. Oh my god, son. All right, ready? And press play. Batter the homewrecker until he frees. So
It's the beak.
bones in their wings to make them lighter for flight.
careful,
okay.
don't, because you don't want to get the YouTube.
Got
jump.
you.
We can cut this shit.
Nah, this is too fascinating. So they are literally biting the shit out of each other. Remember, full fish in his belly. The dude was just swimming around like crazy, probably exhausted.
Yo, so they're
Other
they're
dude's not
bleeding
even
from
in-
their beaks.
They're bleeding from their face, their beak, everything. The other penguin is not
no,
tired.
the beaks are how they get the blood.
Yes, they stab him with the beak.
Oof.
But you have to consider the other penguin. Just,
Is that the wife in there? The
Yeah,
little-
chilling, chilling, yo.
Damn,
Chilling.
look.
Look at them. Now they're both calling a female like, who you want to be with? Who you want to be with? Watch, this shit is.
No way.
This shit's sad, yo. This trifling ass bitch just walks up. The home wrecker. Huh.
Yo.
She look at that. She
His
walks
ass
off.
is whooped.
The mother of his children, yo.
Bro, get out of here, bro.
Yo,
Yo.
The only way to get to him is with a beak attack.
Make sure you talk over.
yo, this shit
This
right
is
here
wild to
is
me.
so. Look, now they gonna fight again.
Oh my
I
god.
don't like looking at blood, yo. I don't even watch scary movies.
This is
I
the
don't like
scariest
seeing
of
blood.
movies.
Yo, this is like Game of Thrones in the wild.
They're pecking at each other's eyes. That's what it's about. And look at this dude getting bodied.
Wow!
Yo. Yes.
Yo, I've never seen this much
There's
blood on
way
a
too
penguin.
much
Yep.
blood.
And this bitch is just
I
chilling.
don't like blood. I told you, I have a thing for blood. I don't even like wiping my own self on my period. Nope.
Look at that.
Don't want to see all this blood. Nope. I hate it. I don't like looking
This is
at
so
blood.
sad, yo.
Injured penguin
I feel
is a
uncomfortable.
prime target for hungry birds of prey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
nah, bro. Oh, my God. Ugh.
He's probably blind now.
This
because
reminds me of Cheaters.
Makes one
It
When they
is
be walking
Cheaters.
Up, no, yeah, like the show Cheaters, man.
but she's got no time for losers.
She has no
That's-
Yo,
time
this
for
nigga's-
losers.
Yeah, that's fucked up. See what y'all do when y'all cheat?
Yo, you know what's so funny?
That's why y'all can't cheat, man. That's why it's worse when women cheat.
I honestly,
Short jokes.
it's funny because everything we've been talking about today leads into the segment that we already had planned.
What happened?
Views from the Cis-Het-Heaux. The next one that I had to talk about was
When we weren't done with why we brought that up about fidelity. So birds are the same size and they
Oh,
made
yeah.
for life, except with this trifling ass penguin bitch.
That's
Okay.
trifling ass penguin bitch.
But animals where there's a different size, you usually see the male has multiple females.
Yep.
And if you look at men and women, men are bigger than women,
yeah.
and that's usually why we would
Some
be
of y'all.
polyamorous. Some.
Some of y'all.
I mean, short guys should have one woman, but
we believe that too.
get some shorter chicks at it.
Short guy.
Yo, but you know what?
I'm
Any
6'2".
short guy has ever fucked had a big dick, and that just proves to you like the universe is fair and just.
You think?
See,
Yeah.
I fuck like
It's-
tall guys, and they have pretty good sized dicks.
Yeah,
but I've
tall
come
guys
across
should.
tall guys that don't have very big dicks either.
Really?
The
It's
tallest
just
guy I
like,
ever
what
fucked had a very regular dick.
Regular for his height or regular for
No, regular.
No,
like
regular?
penis size.
Regular
Is penis
for-
size.
Oh my god, that's so sad because it's against something that's so big. Like,
Yeah, so it looks even smaller, especially when
Exactly.
they walk away. Yeah, like no.
oh my goodness.
And I have a really like fascination. I don't know why for a walk away, a naked guy.
You like a guy walking away.
I love watching a guy walk to the bathroom after we had sex. Like I feel like their muscles are put like because sex is a workout. So like I just love seeing them. To me, that's their finest body form.
Interesting.
My favorite
After
is
sex.
watching
Interesting.
them lay like a little bitch while they get wiped up. And I'm just sitting there, just wiping the dick. Just...
Oh, and then I
Like
love when
that?
they and then I love when they jump because it's still so sensitive and they're like
fuck off me, yo. Fuck Fuck off me, man. That's fucked up. Don't be grabbing my dick after I
no,
come.
so I
hate
take
that shit.
I take a warm rag, but
No.
it's still just so sensitive.
I lick
Nah.
until they pull the dick
No,
away.
that's hashtag me too.
Oh.
If once I nut, if y'all touch my dick after I nut, that's me too.
But there's
No,
some
it's
dudes
that's
that
me too,
there's
yo.
some dudes
I'm
that
filing
like
a
it specific.
complaint.
I'm very I always lick right under the frenulum, like
The what?
it's the skin between the head of the penis and the shaft, and it's really, really intense. If there's like a little bit of pressure there when they're coming, it's like a very explosive orgasm.
I didn't know.
So you
that.
could actually ask. Actually, the dude I used to fuck, Jeeves, would tell me like, "Yo, put your finger right there, please." And he's like, "Oh, like, give me the instructions."
Yeah, I've never done that.
Yeah, and it's like super. You can feel
Frenulum?
frenulum.
Frenulum.
You can
Frenulum.
feel almost when you're touching it.
Yeah, she
I
don't
can
believe
feel
in
the
science,
cum
bro.
coming
Don't
out
worry
of the
about
vein
that shit.
from
Oh
its
my
veins.
god, that's disgusting.
By the
Alright.
way, we did
Yeah.
have two little icebreaker questions that
Go.
I forgot to ask you.
Go.
These are
This or
good.
that, all right?
'Kay.
Sex with a little bit of period blood or anal with a little bit of shit?
Honestly, sex with a little bit of period blood. Yeah.
I agree.
And I just put out a joke this week about why men don't want to have sex with women on their period, but I think that a little bit of shit, it kind of ruins the whole
Yo,
thing.
you say shit like the most Jewiest Jew.
Shit.
So my dad says
I
it.
think I'm
You
on the
have
opposite
some
end,
shit
but
in
clearly.
your ass. Do you not wipe? What is happening after you take a shit? Are you not cleaning yourself properly? Why is it that upon removal of my schwanz, you have doo-doo all over it? It did not come from my dick, because doo-doo does not come out of a dick. It comes out of an asshole. I feel maybe it would be good for you to eat less carbohydrates.
I hate you.
High fiber diet, though, will clean your ass out.
That's true.
Yo,
Yeah.
did that accent get better for you after you went to Israel?
No, because they speak like Israelis speak with their own accent.
The only time I've ever been like addicted to someone's Instagram or stories was when you couldn't shit in Israel.
Yo,
I literally was
Done.
taking updates of
Done.
you and your ass.
2 weeks I didn't shit.
When you fucking went
2
to that
weeks.
diner and put that Dukalax or whatever it was in that fucking tea, I was crying.
Yo, 2 weeks I didn't shit. 2 weeks I didn't take a shit.
So she had one more
2
icebreaker
weeks.
for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh, you're
If
gonna
you-
love this one.
All right,
If
go.
you had to DP on a girl with one of your co-hosts, who would it be? Charlemagne, Kaz, or Akash?
Akash for sure.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Absolutely. Without
knew
a
it.
doubt.
Why? Oh,
Did you
because you
feel-
don't want to be by a black dick, huh?
I mean, Kaz looks like he's fucking. He looks like he got a tripod.
100%.
Just a fucking
One-
hog. Yeah. Dude.
Oh, he has BDE.
I
Dog.
don't. I'm just saying he looks like he has a massive dick.
Okay.
So I don't want to like hear the sounds that he makes her make, and then I gotta bit back her, and it's
Facts.
a silent movie.
Well, you would probably definitely go in her ass, and he would go in the vagina, because the smaller dick goes.
Oh,
in the
I'm not
ass.
doing that shit.
That's
Why?
DP. That's what we're saying.
I
is
thought one in
DP.
the mouth, one in the pussy.
No, DP.
Oh
is-
no, I'm not doing that with any of my co-hosts. That's crazy, bro. You know how close the butthole and pussy is? You can
I-
feel it.
Yeah, you can feel the dick.
I'm not doing that. That's too intimate.
You know what?
No way, you kidding
Kaz's
me?
big dick
You
energy
already said Akash.
is so...
Sorry, we already
It's
got you
like
saying you
touching
DP.
dicks with a fruit roll up in between. You know what I mean? It's just right there. You might as well just touch the dicks. I'm not doing that. No way.
Like, no.
I
So-
thought it's like get head while the other person fucks.
I 100%
No.
agree about the big dick energy. Remember I said that on my
Yes.
Playground episode. The other day,
Yeah.
Kaz called me sis, and it literally kind of killed me a little bit because whereas I really do feel like we have a friendship, I was like, damn, yo, I know that dick big. I ain't never gonna... Yo, I could just sense it.
We gotta find out how big Kaz's dick is.
I'm gonna ask somebody.
Yo, just ask him. Find out the
Damn,
width.
and I be with all the Duce people, but I don't know what girls they fuck to know.
Yeah.
Who
Oh,
has a big
Kaz
dick.
definitely got the biggest dick in Duce.
One,
Yeah, you think it-
Yo, Kaz wears these
without a
joggers,
doubt.
okay?
Are you kidding
Damn, I'm
me?
really embarrassed.
you
to-
You think
looking at
I
his
picked
crotch?
some little dick co-hosts? All the dudes in Duce
The night
I mean,
that I
you
was
do have
sitting-
an Asian, technically.
Yeah, but he Indian. That's the biggest Asian dick.
Is it?
Gotta be.
Nah, man.
North
It's probably
Korea
like
is a
Malaysia
small-
or something, because they like dark skin over there. or
Indians,
Philippines.
the darkest
are
Asians, yo.
kinda
Real
dark.
talk, think about it.
You're
They got
right.
the biggest
They're the most
Asian
brown.
dicks. I only keep big dicks around me. I got
I'm done-
Nigerian.
I'm not-
Plus, they
I
got
got
rhythm and shit. They
Indian.
gotta be the darkest Asian.
Yeah. Come on, Bollywood.
I get. It
No,
kinda makes sense.
the day where we were sitting here,
Yeah.
like I looked down a lot, for sure. He wears these joggers.
Yeah, and you saw it.
man, and it was definitely not hard. And I was like, wow.
Big softy.
To me,
Big softy.
Big softy.
Hell yeah.
It's
On point.
Oh my gosh.
it
That's
was.
what's
I don't know.
up.
I ain't looking.
Yeah, I haven't
don't know.
seen it like that. I'll check it out next
I mean,
time.
I don't.
You're gonna check it
I'm
out.
actually a little embarrassed because I've never vocalized it. Like I've never said this out loud to anybody.
You should have just told him. You should be like, yo, you look like you got big meat.
I said it.
Oh, well then you did vocalize it. Do you know what vocalize means?
No. I didn't say that I was
familiar?
talking.
I didn't vocalize
I wasn't
it.
talking about saying that. I was talking about saying that I was staring at it.
That you're objectifying
But
him.
this was like
Right.
I've done this on multiple occasions. Travis Scott concert, Angela Yee's birthday party, last lap, all that. Like I just can't help it, you know. And it's
You
actually
gotta see how big it is hard. Ask how big it is hard.
yo. I just want to know if
Hard
he shows
dick.
me what the girls that he's looked like that like he's fought. Like I just need to see. Like and I'll be like, oh, duh, huge.
Really?
It gotta be, bro. It's
Yeah.
just science is never wrong, and I feel like
disagree.
Uh-oh.
I disagree.
What happened?
That's the thing, and we're not gonna get into it. But to me, science is all given by a man.
Can I just say?
Science is told to us, damn it. Fuck y'all. Y'all want to sit here? Y'all may as well believe everything in the Bible then, written by a man.
Hold on, you wildin', bro.
No, same shit.
Science
Anyway,
is told to us
Yes.
because why?
listen, we're not gonna get into this. We're gonna
Because
get into the whole
some-
mail
Oh my God, this is so funny.
So y'all, if y'all want to write into us, you guys know.
Let me ask you a
can
question. When
What?
you look at the weather, right, and it says
The
it's
weather be wrong. It be saying snow, bitch, don't snow. The weather be wrong. Can you ever really depend on the weather?
But when
no.
when your phone says it's 60 out there, do you walk out?
And be like, nah, bro, it's at least 65.
But it's around it.
Yeah,
It's
around.
close.
Right,
Gotcha,
it's close. That's
gotcha.
fine, it's close.
Right.
But
But-
my app been wrong. It just said it's finna snow on Monday, and then it don't snow.
Do you
Right.
think that like science with like patterns at least, like the world taking a trip 365
Yep, the same way
days
I
around
believe
the
there's,
sun?
if a guy cheats once, he'll cheat again. Like
What about
patterns, okay,
gravity?
it's not-
What about gravity? Like, look, ready? Like,
I get gravity. There's a reason. No. I get it.
Eh,
Yes, it's gonna
Why
go
is
to the
that
ground.
falling?
It's gonna go to the ground.
Why is that?
That I get. I'm talking
is
about.
gravity science or that's not science?
Yeah, man. I mean, we're on this earth. I don't know who made it. I don't know if God. We just here, bro. We just here living.
Yeah.
That's it. We just here living, y'all.
So some science,
So crazy.
Some science is. I mean, I get it. I can't explain.
like babies.
Babies, we know it come from that
stork.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
not from the steward. Fuck you. I'm not. We gonna get into
Well,
the
if you get a
home mail.
plan
Fuck
B,
y'all
you're
pussy
good.
assholes.
Okay.
So this week's home mail, I'm gonna
Wait a
read
minute.
the one.
Do you
what?
take birth control?
No,
Okay.
I'm not on birth control.
Did you ever?
I mean, I've taken Plan B pills, but
Is Plan B science?
so this is the thing too. Even Plan B, it's not even as it doesn't do everything that they say it
Bitch,
should do.
how is medicine not science?
Science.
First
Yo.
off, because there's things called placebo pills that aren't even that
Mandy,
don't do anything.
So that you can get your period.
Yeah, no. So this is the thing. That's why I don't be
Because-
believing that shit. Nah, bruh. Like, even if you go somewhere, like they do
Yo,
tests.
what about a plane? Do you believe a plane flying has
That's
to do with
mechanical. Yeah.
Science?
We,
What do you
we
think
built
mechanical?
That shit.
Yeah, but with using what to build it?
Blueprints.
Yo, I gotta pee a little bit.
I ain't fucking with y'all. Leave me alone. Fuck y'all.
Blueprints. Fucking blueprints, bro. That is hysterical.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Damn, I'm trying to read down.
What
my eyes
did we
watering.
what did we make the blueprints from?
Listen.
Some blue shit, probably made out of blue. You know what I mean? If you got some blue and you print that shit, then boom, you got blueprints and you can make a plane.
Shut your ass up. You know, listen, y'all just if y'all want. a reason
honestly,
for-
Mandy, I just did not think
What?
you were gonna say
Ryan,
blueprint.
bro. So
Why are y'all still asking me questions? I want to get to the home mail.
I know. I'm just curious. Like, so if they're ready to build like a skyscraper, right?
Yes,
And-
that's architecture.
Okay. It is architecture. You're
It
right.
is.
Right. And what do you think architecture is based on? Like,
Geometry. That's math.
right. And math is what?
Mathematics. I got an answer for everything. The same way scientists do, which is why you can't believe them.
You know what's so funny? I feel like I'm listening to another podcast.
Why? I've been trying to get to the home mail for the last 5 minutes.
Keep going, please.
Fucking crying, bro.
Yo,
Yo, I'm
What
so.
we still talk about?
Can I just say?
I don't know.
As
Okay.
depressing as this might sound, I have, my aunt died recently. That was
yeah.
the hardest laugh.
Yo, sometimes you need a good laugh, yo.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yo,
This is
math
where-
is mathematics, yo. Real talk. Like, when you think about it, math is math. Like, you say shit that's
I make
right,
sense. I know.
but you don't. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't at
No.
all. Like,
Man.
you know, she said, what is mathematics? All right, what is wood?
Why are we still going here?
I'm just trying to understand, like, how
What are
you
you
feel
trying to
about shit.
understand? I'm
Okay.
telling you.
What is electricity?
What do you mean? What is electricity?
What is it?
So certain things we just can't explain.
What?
I mean,
how did they make
this
it?
is the thing. So
Yeah.
electricity, right?
Yeah.
And
You
we
can't
talk about that.
explain electricity.
You can't explain it because they put some shit together and it creates light and shit. But those things, like you're putting stuff together.
Go, I'm listening to you. Go.
No, I don't want it because y'all like people who listen gonna get what the fuck I'm saying, but y'all just don't. But it's all good.
We
Okay.
do.
Do you think any science at all, right?
Okay, I feel like there is some
used.
truth. Yes, there is some truth to some science.
Right.
Sure. Because yeah, it makes sense.
Right.
But like whatever. But
But-
I feel like for the most part,
Okay,
we
let me
take things-
just
we
out of
take
curiosity.
things-
Let's say God forbid, like
This
a
was
friend of
not
yours.
home mail,
let's
by the way.
let's say God forbid a friend of yours, right? A
Yes,
friend of yours,
a friend of mine.
got a disease,
Yes.
right? And they were like, I think I'm gonna go to the doctor and get some science to cure it. Would you look at them and be like, bitch, just get a blueprint?
No.
Like,
See,
don't.
that's different. We're talking about
Bro,
two different things now.
Blueprint, bitch.
So
That's
this
how you
is the
get
thing,
rid of this
but
shit.
that's the thing too. There's a lot of holistic people who believe that medicine is all like these chemicals put together that if you really just maybe get some shit from the earth, it can cure
Steve
the same
Jobs
way.
tried that.
But that's well, let's not,
I mean,
RIP.
Just saying,
holistic shit
alright.
can work and it cannot work, right? Science is obvious. I mean, medicine is.
But I told y'all how even I feel about vaccines. Like when I went to
Oh, don't
Africa,
do this, please.
like when I went to Africa, I had to get the yellow fever shot. Do you know what the yellow fever shot did? It just injected yellow
little
fever
yellow
in my
fever.
motherfucking
But
blood.
why do you think they do that?
See, that's what I'm saying. Who knows? Because somebody said, well, let me inject a little bit in you.
That's-
So then if you get hit again, a
that's-
whole lot of you
You
won't.
want to know what white?
fuck up.
Okay, vaccines
No,
is the only
you
thing,
wanna
and
know
medicine
what-
is the only thing I'll give you. But I will
No,
say,
no.
medicine.
This
can
is
work
white
because of
privilege.
science.
What is white privilege?
All these kids around the world
Yes.
dying from preventable diseases because they can't get vaccinated. And white people in America are so privileged, they're like, I ain't gonna vaccinate my kids. No vaccination shit is white privilege like a motherfucker.
Black people
but-
be doing that shit too.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
No, they do.
They really
But if you think about it, though, they kind of force it on us because there's so many shots that I couldn't even get to college until I showed my shot records.
Yeah.
Certain shots have to be had. If you go to public school, you have to have certain
Hell
shots.
yeah, you
before
Yeah, but you
should.
know
even
why
go
though?
in.
Because of the spread of it in the
Right.
school.
Boom.
Yeah. Understood. I still think it's bullshit.
Get vaccinated, yo.
Well,
Yeah,
did
stop
you get
playing.
yellow fever?
Yeah, no, I had to get the yellow fever shot, and if they wanted to let me in the goddamn country, and I had to bring malaria pills with me too.
Is malaria pill science?
I ain't take them, but I ain't get malaria. I ain't take them hoes. I left them.
All right, ask me a
Okay,
question.
so side bitch woes. This is our home mail
Ugh.
for the week. Hey, Mandy and Weezy. I'm not gonna say your name. I just started to listen to you guys back in November when my boyfriend said I had to go back and listen to your very first episode, and I have been a listener ever since. Thank you, boyfriend. You guys have touched on side bitches before, and I figured I would put my shit out there and see what you have to say. I met my current boyfriend in a small kinky chat right after I left my husband. I knew he was married, but I didn't think
Oh,
anything would
bitch.
happen with it. Before I knew it, I was planning a 6-hour trip to Chicago to see him while his wife was out of the country. We spent the weekend naked in his apartment, and since then, our feelings have become stronger and stronger. He isn't fulfilled in his marriage, but also isn't ready to leave. Girl, don't they all say that, bitch? I never ask him to leave because I have my own life, and I'm trying to get together. But I am very much in love with this man, and I don't feel like I can walk away. We are sexually compatible and have a connection that is so strong. He tells me that what we have is valid and real, and I believe that. We talk every day and spend time together anytime I am in Chicago. I also plan on moving back to Chicago within the next year. He is a great guy, minus the cheating on his wife, of course. So my question is, am I being naive? I identify as polyamorous, so I'm not putting all my eggs into his basket unless he tells me this marriage is over. I could legit be monogamous for this man. That's how crazy he makes me. Is there a chance this situation will end in my favor, or should I be running away? Can I just enjoy it for what it is? and not having the expectations for the future.
You're in
Love
love.
you guys. Thanks so
and
much.
feelings of
Yeah.
love.
She's stupid as fuck.
because you're
Does
living.
he have to listen to these long ass questions? Fucking A, yo, wrap it up.
Yo,
That
she
shit
gave
was.
background, bro.
Don't
We
get me
get
wrong.
it, yo.
Thank
do.
God you ain't born in Florida. You would have failed the FCAT. Adjectives, verbs. You got to add some background to your story.
Hold on, adjectives and verbs.
Here we go. Don't do it. It's not science, motherfucker.
What is
Go
that?
ahead.
What is an
It's-
adjective and verb?
It's language.
Good point.
Come on, you know what an adjective is.
Yes, an adjective is a description. A verb is an action. I'm very aware.
I didn't know that.
For real.
No, I did.
Okay, so what? Go ahead. Read her for filth because I think she's stupid as fuck.
I'm not gonna read her for filth, but I do think that it's silly for you to
Super silly.
say things like, "I feel like I'm in love." You're going.
Feel like I want to give you
I'm
ad-libs like
watching-
Migos, 'cause, bitch, this is
I'm watching this show right now called Temptation Island,
temptation.
where the where these couples go in a house, right? They separate. They put the boyfriends, four boyfriends in
I
a
saw
house with
this.
20 single women,
Yeah.
4 girls in a house with 20 single men. And they're feeling these intense feelings of love. You know why? Because they're in Hawaii. They have no phones. They have
Yep.
no distractions. They're on vacation. You feel like this is amazing. You don't live a real life with this nigga.
Yep.
You go over there while his wife is gone. It's already kind of bad. You're recently divorced.
Yep.
He's cheating. It's
Say
this
it.
exciting facade. It's this excitement. It is so easy to feel feelings like this
It is.
because you're not in love. You're in lust. And bitch, you need to wake up.
Not only that, I'll sit here and say, like I always do, bitch. I always sit here and say, apparently. But this is what I say as far as the side bitch things. Like I've had these talks a lot. It also kind of hurts you when you go into something and you're kind of expecting. So for you to sit here and write that he's not happy in his marriage, but he's saying he won't leave, those are excuses and ways that you're keeping yourself attached to him. Because if he's telling you he's unhappy, you feel like there is a soon dead end to that marriage to where then you can come in right after the wife. When in fact that may not happen at all. Maybe he doesn't plan to ever leave his wife. And so you even sitting
He
here.
won't. He won't.
No, he won't.
And if he
ain't
does,
leaving his
let me
wife,
tell you
yo.
something. That
How
will
you get him is how you
always
gonna lose
be-
him, bitch.
That will always be a part of your fucking life. Let's just say he leaves his wife for you. Do you know how messy and how much of an issue that's going to be? Then, after that happens, you're going to feel this guilt. And then you know what else is going to happen? He's going to then blame you one day. That first fight, like, you the reason this shit like that. I'm telling you.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's all peaches and cream now because you're his escape from his wife. But once you
Exactly.
become his wife, he's going to need an escape from you.
But not only that, he may not be even asking of you the things that he asks from his wife. You guys don't have the financial burdens that would weigh down a relationship. You're not having to clean his drawers every week or pick up behind him when he's coming in from work, or you're not having to wait up for him
Of
at night.
course he's going to tell you
You
he's
think-
unhappy
Yeah.
when you fucking the shit out of him.
I know that's
He's
right.
excited. Yo, do you know how good being bad feels? Why do you think I
Ooh,
ate
it feels
pussy
so good.
in a steam room? Seriously. And when I think about it, like, we're on this wet, tiley thing. I was so fucking hot. We had to walk in and out 2 times.
Tally. I
If
don't think that's an adjective. Tally. We was on a tally thing. It's a tile.
bitch, you ain't gonna drag me
That's
back. No
what
words.
I'm gonna do. I sure the fuck am.
What do you
because
think
be coming for me.
steam is?
Don't do that.
Okay then.
It's evaporated water.
Look
Thank
at
you.
Manny with that motherfucker.
I hate you.
Get the blueprint.
That's how clouds are made.
Is that
There's like 4 different types of clouds too.
cumulonimbus?
Oh yes,
Look
there's
at
one
him.
that starts with an S. Stratus.
Yes,
PEMDAS.
Yo,
Anywho,
so basically, the views from the Cis-Het-Heaux, you feel like he's gonna need to escape from her once they get together. It's not.
Yeah.
Is everyone in the room?
Yeah,
There's
I
5 of
think
us?
that-
No, it's
yeah.
a no. It's a dub.
it's a no. It's a dub, and I think that she's putting her emotions. Kind of what we were talking about earlier. You're having sex with this man. It's because you're wanting some sort of an emotional fulfillment, and right now you're putting him at that because you even just said, even though I say I'm polyamorous, I could be monogamous for him. So right now, he's probably honestly the only person
cheating
you're
on
investing
bitches.
in. Like you just said, you drove 4
Okay,
hours.
let me
to
tell you, I
start?
talked to a friend of mine who had been for the 2nd time involved with a married guy and was like, yo, I'm gonna be real with you. Married men put me on the highest pedestal.
They sure do. I love my married men.
And she was like, and they give me an emotional connection and feeling that I don't get from anyone else. She's like, being with that married guy, he's so excited to be around me. He makes me feel amazing, and it's because there's someone else that's making him feel either inadequate or not giving him what he wants. So he's giving you all of that, and you're feeling all of that.
That's going away once it's
Can
just
I
you
say
and him.
also there's another
point.
part to I think it psychologically with women, and I'll sit here and say that this is also kind of my view on me dealing with married men. A lot of women, when they're dating or dealing with someone who they want to claim them, don't behave as themselves because they're trying to come across as someone who can be wifed, someone who can be cuffed. They're trying to get that person to like them more.
This is what we were talking about with that side bitch song. My side bitch doesn't nag me. She doesn't do this, she doesn't do that. And I didn't like that. And I don't know if you remember, because I really do believe in this side bitch role, unless you're getting money, right?
Which I do. Duh.
That's
What
what
else
I'm
am I
saying.
dealing with him for?
No, unless. It doesn't sound like this is her situation.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely not getting nothing but dick.
You're doing everything they want and not showing your true self. Are you
Yeah.
really happy that he can't call? Are you really happy
No,
that
you're not
he
happy.
has to hide? You're really happy that you can't be with him all the time? No. So you're acting like you're happy now, which is why he's so pleased with you.
I read a tweet today, and it made so much sense. It was like, because I think women think that men are the biggest liars in the world. And it said, actually, that's funny. Because men lie to other people, women lie to themselves. So who's the bigger liar?
Ooh, bar.
And I feel like that's what a lot of
I've
women
100%
do
lied to
when they do
myself
that.
to feel
Yeah,
better.
to feel better.
Just to feel better. Mhm.
Yeah, so I feel like that's something that women do when they're dealing even with men that they know, bitch, you ain't gonna, he not gonna divorce his wife.
Yeah.
But you're lying to yourself, saying that he's so unhappy, it's gonna end, and then I'm gonna be there.
Listen,
like we lied to
You
ourselves
gotta
a
go.
lot.
I
That's
think
why-
she's gonna more hurt in the end.
That's
Agreed.
yeah. That's why you always get killed by serial killers.
Wait, what? What? Why?
Because they give off the vibes, and we're saying that they don't. Like abducted in plain sight.
Women always brag
And
about.
Ted Bundy. That was crazy.
Well, Ted Bundy's the crazy thing. Women always brag about this thing, female intuition,
Okay.
right? Oh, we have a sixth sense. We could tell if you're cheating, tell if you're doing this. Yet you can't tell if somebody's a fucking serial killer. Every single time, Ted Bundy fucked like 50 fucking. None of these
Yeah,
bitches
like
got a
bitch.
little
Bro, people
sniff
that are con
of that this
artists,
is a
but
serial
hold on,
killer.
I'm gonna stop you
Yeah,
there.
'cause there's-
This is just like men that are quote unquote players. They get to fuck
Right.
a bunch of girls, right?
Yeah.
How come we didn't see them coming that they wasn't gonna be shit?
Every girl that
I be
I've
knowing.
dealt with has always been like, oh no, you're a fuck boy, or you're this, you're that, blah blah blah. So it's not like it was shocking to them. But what happens is they lie about it. They try to see something else that's not there, and I tell them everything. I'm like, I'm a Scorpio. They're like, oh, maybe he's different.
Hell no, we
I'm a
know
Scorpio.
Scorpios
We
ain't
already
shit.
know what's up, right?
Right.
So I think what happens, you lie to yourselves, and then if you just would stop lying to yourselves, less people would get murdered by serial killers. That's my real belief in it. It's like, how many people got to die because y'all want
But you know what? We like
Ted
what-
Bundy
we,
to be
We like what
this
feels
guy
bad.
who really likes
that he
you,
wasn't.
huh?
We like what feels
Well,
bad.
you gonna feel a knife if you keep it up. That's what really is
I
gonna
gotta watch
happen.
this Ted Bundy shit.
It's
This motherfucker was fucking
crazy.
everybody, yo.
It's
Everybody.
crazy. Like, so I talked about it in a bonus episode. Shout out Steven from Sophisticated Ignorance podcast. We talked about just a lot of things that were going on, but we talked about Ted Bundy. We talked about Darren Sharper. We talked about all of these like convicted felons and rapists and serial killers.
Zach
And-
Efron is about to play him.
Yeah, so there's a huge problem with that right now because if you look at the trailer of the Ted Bundy movie coming out with Zach Efron,
I get it.
they're playing him. They're playing him though as a like even
Handsome, charming
a
guy.
handsome, charming guy, which is just like this motherfucker kill people.
Yeah, but
But they're
to
playing
be
him
fair,
that way because
the
that was probably
reason
his
Yeah, but
vibe.
it's the music. They're turning it into more of like an action movie instead of like.
I think they're romanticizing it.
They're
is what's interesting.
romanticizing
and
it.
like
There
so
you go.
But
some
if he
people
was
have an
fucking
issue.
them, how could it not be?
But if you're being honest, you don't get to meet and kill that many women without being charming and being handsome and
I
being
can't
smart.
speak to this, but from what it sounds like
If
like
you
that
listen to
makes
him,
sense.
it completely makes sense. It's just people
So-
being upset,
well,
whatever.
yeah, because
But like if you watch the thing that Mandy and I saw, and I haven't seen the whole thing, but like
It's so
if you
good.
listen to him talk, so he's really a smart guy, as a lot of
He's
these
a lawyer,
sociopaths are, right?
He's a lawyer.
So he goes like this. He won't give up anything on him.
Mm-mm.
So the
do you
interviewers, like, he won't give up any information on
There's
himself.
tapes of the interview.
So the interviewers find this way. They're like, why don't we ask him to tell him what he thinks would have happened,
Because he went to school for psychology,
right?
So he's trying to get in the mind of himself, but telling a story like it's not
It's like
himself.
he's not going to snitch on himself, but he's still an egomaniac, so it's like, well, what I think what happened would be this. You're dealing with someone with deep-rooted psychological issues, and he gives this metaphor, and this shit was dope. He's like, basically, you know, if you look at the mouth of a river as it comes to the ocean, right? The water that's at that mouth of the river, is that the river water? Where has that water come from? What has happened to that water? That water came from a source way far away, and a million different things has happened to this water before it hit that ocean. So we're dealing with somebody who's at the ocean, but to really understand it, we got to go all the way back to the beginning. He said that shit, and I was like, yo, I'd give him some pussy. You know what I mean? Like, yo, tell me where the water came from.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, imagine he's kicking that game to you. You're some young impressionable girl. It's always young college girl. Never heard a smart guy say anything smart in your entire life, and he just starts kicking game about life and about humanity, etc. You're gonna be at least enthralled to the point where you get into the car.
Well,
Once you're in the car, it's over.
We're always enthralled by somebody that can speak that way to us and be a little more eloquent.
But we also talked about though, like the looks. Like, we always think that a serial killer or a murderer has to look crazier. Like, if you look
the
at
good
Darren
ones look
Sharper,
normal.
he was gorgeous.
Dude,
Super
that,
Bowl winner.
that really scared me.
And that's why, like, my argument was when all of these rapes are coming out about, like, when Chris Brown was accused, and yes, we found out
like,
that was
he
false,
doesn't need to rape.
But to sit here and think that certain men don't need to rape, again,
it's a like, I hate to use that word, but to me, if you are a serial rapist, you must enjoy taking. Like,
it's power.
Rape is a function of power, right?
100%.
Like,
absolutely.
a lot of times people blame the Catholic Church for like creating rapists, and to me, that's not how I see it. I see people that have this incredible thirst for power and to be viewed as godlike,
right?
And then in their community, they're going, well, who has all the power and who's viewed as godlike? Ooh, the head priest.
You know what?
Church.
What you're saying is exactly why I believe those women who said Trump raped them.
Go on.
I believe that wanting to be president when knowing you don't qualify for it, even making remarks like I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, like
everybody,
me, like,
knowing that you are watching the signs of someone who's
sociopathic. So this is something that is very important to understand. Trump and every other president have been a sociopath. It requires...
Not Obama.
Yes.
You ain't gonna put that on Obama, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Have you heard about the drone strike program?
For the Mexico thing?
No. Over in the Middle East, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he actually did that. Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Now, he's doing...
Oh, it was dropping the bombs in the different...
On weddings and shit.
That's
killing
right.
a bunch
I
of
do
kids and
remember
that kind of
Yep.
stuff. Now, to take out a terrorist who was going to try and take us out. So he's doing it with good intentions, because a person of that magnitude and power, any president, whatever decision they make, someone's going to get hurt.
Right.
So that's why you have to be almost sociopathic, because the average person does not have the emotional capability to make a decision where 50,000 people have to die because of it.
You don't have to be a sociopath to make this. Soldiers die in war, bro.
Also, you have to realize we don't live in a communist government, so he's not the only one making that.
I know, but I need to clarify to her.
That's why I believe.
I need to clarify to you.
That's why I believe
let me
in
clarify one thing.
rioting and shit like that.
It's not soldiers. It's not soldiers, right? The drone strike program was they would drop a drone.
That was a metaphor.
Wait for it. Oh, because they're dropping a drone on a wedding and to kill one person, but they're killing like the entire family that went to the wedding. They may or may not have been involved, like little kids and that kind of shit like that. So like, and you have to okay it. Now, I'm not knocking Obama, because presidents have to make hard decisions, and that's a hard decision. You got to protect your fucking people, and we're his responsibility.
Right.
And if I'm in that position and I think I could do something that's going to protect you and you, because you're my responsibility as president or whatever leader I am leading, I'm going to make that hard decision. And you know what? I'm going to make even a harder decision, which is to keep it silent so y'all don't have it on your conscience. Do you know what I mean? Like, I respect a man. It's almost like I got to go out and do this fuck shit. Okay? But you don't got to know about it, because you should be able to live that joyful life that you have without knowing about it. Don't carry this. I chose this role. I got to be man enough to carry this.
Which is why sex workers don't be telling everybody, this is what I do for my money. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get my money how I got to get it.
I'm going to get
it.
it.
To announce what I'm doing to the world.
Right. Now, those sex
bad.
workers' decisions don't necessarily hurt people, et cetera, that kind of stuff.
a lot of people judge sex workers saying that they hurt families and things like that, which I really,
I think if
I
anything,
don't
they keep
believe
the
that.
families together
That's what we
because
done
I was gonna say
That's
I
what we
really
done
don't
said.
believe
because
that.
he's gonna cheat regardless. You might as well cheat in this controlled environment where he can't
Right.
leave his family.
I do want to bring up something
Go.
totally random, just a few minutes before we go. Something that happened to me today, and I'm hoping you guys can help me find this person. I had an experience in my life that I've never had. I know Craigslist used to have misconnections. I was getting on the train after work. I walked further, 23rd Street, took the F train. There was a really good-looking guy on this train, and I started walking toward him just to be next to him because I wanted to see him closer. I put my hand on the pole to hold on. This guy takes his hand and puts it on top of mine. And I pulled out my headphones, and he said, "Hey." I said, "Hey." And he said, "I like your coat." And I realized he said that because he just wanted to talk to me. I was like, "Thank you." And he's like, "It's a really nice coat." I was like, "Oh, it's a really cheap coat." He's like, "Well, I won't tell anybody." And he's like, looking me deep in my eyes. Yo, it takes me, much like that clip of you, a long time to get wet. I've never felt my body react that way. I was so nervous around this dude. I just said thank you and kept looking at my phone.
You a pussy ass.
When he left, he took his
That's a
hand
pussy ass
again and was like, "Yo, I hope you have a great day." Looking at me deep. He got off this train.
You don't deserve him.
He closed, the door closed. He looked behind like, did she see me? I'm looking. I walked up to like get back off the train and the fucking train left. And I'm going to describe him because I need y'all to help me.
Yo bad.
He was black, maybe 6'2", nose ring, tatted. His tattoos came up like all the way to the back of the nape of his neck.
New York, bro.
Light skin, dark skin.
Brown. I would say like a, I don't even want to say what I was going to say because y'all going to think I'm in love. Yeah, he did. You know him? He had like a gray jacket on today, but he got off at 14th Street, okay, on the fucking F train. And I need y'all to just tag every dude
Nope,
you
that-
know
no,
in New
that's
York.
your bad.
He had a New York
Yo bad.
accent.
You don't deserve him, bro. Because you wanted to be a pussy asshole
I'm
and
still
not even
thinking
get
about
his
it.
number, not even say, "Hey, what's your name?" Instagram. Hey, check out. Not check
Yo,
out my
when he
show.
got
Not
off the
check out my
train,
show. But here you go.
I
like,
couldn't even talk. Like, I couldn't move. Like, I was like, my body was stuck. Like, I felt like I'd met him so many times
So
before
go get
in my life.
famous.
right,
Me
and then
too.
he'll see you
So
again.
I thought when he tapped me, like, people all the time be like, yo, like, oh,
Yeah.
blah, blah. I really thought that's
Maybe he
what it was.
DM'd you
Check
already.
your DMs, bro.
I just need you guys to find him, okay? I'm
He'll
telling
find you, yo.
Oh yeah,
Don't
find me
worry,
a black
man.
guy with tattoos.
And a nose ring. And he had really good teeth, okay? And I feel like the 14th Street thing will help. But here's the problem. I was going to ride that same train the same time tomorrow. But I know that nigga ain't got no 9 to 5. Not dressed like that. Ah, damn
Well, I
it,
hope
bro.
he's a scammer. I've been looking for a few.
He was
Scammer?
better than
Yes,
that.
I need these shoes, but I don't want to spend all
I
the money
have
on
never,
Yeah, you
ever,
gotta get
ever
some.
them. And then
like,
I need
been
like
stuck like
at
that.
least 65% off. I don't want no scammer giving me the 50.
I can't wait to
need, like,
masturbate to him tonight.
65.
Have
Get
you
that
guys
whole
ever?
1300.
Have you guys ever had a misconnection?
Yeah, actually, when I landed from Atlanta at the airport,
Yeah.
this nigga was so fine. I thought he was like, he's probably a football player or something. That's
Did
what
you
he
guys
looked like.
talk?
Yeah, we did. He actually said he was like, you're very pretty. And I was like, thank you. You too. And I looked at him and I'm like, we're both waiting on our Ubers. Both of our Ubers were taking forever. This is LaGuardia. You know, there's fucking all the construction going on. And we're looking at each other the whole time. And I actually thought he was this football player on the Giants that I follow. So, bitch, I went straight to his page and then I was like, oh, damn, that wasn't the same nigga. Because I was just finna slide in the DMs. I was sure it was this nigga. He had like real nice, he had like Yeezys on. And then like just a really nice like plaid, I don't even know the material type of coat. Dressed real nice. And said he came here for business, but lived in Atlanta. So I was like, bitch, I was so mad. And he wasn't even the height requirement. He was like maybe 5'11", and I was going to make an exception. He was fun, beautiful.
Dude, that's how
Like,
I
he
feel
was
about this dude.
beautiful.
Yo, I just pray to God, like, he's got a receding hairline. He had a hat on. I hope he's a hatfish. I hope he got kids. I hope he got hurt. Something got to be wrong with him because when I tell you, I'm a firm believer in past lives and different dimensions. My body, the way my body reacted to this dude.
So here's how you need to think. If it's meant to be, you'll see him again. That's all that I always think about.
You ever
If
had a
the
misconnection?
universe, yeah, if the universe
What's for you will not go by you.
always,
Old
true.
Scottish
I
proverb.
do feel like that.
It's true.
Where'd
I
you
think
get
that's
that
true.
from?
He said
My
old
mom,
Scottish.
My mom would say it.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever had a misconnection?
What's for you will not
That you
will
can
not
think
go
about?
by you. Misconnection.
Damn, I wish Craigslist was still here, bro.
Honestly, usually if there's one of those moments, they slide in the DMs.
Yeah.
I think
See,
it's.
but you're a known person, so that helps.
I think that usually is like some kind of look, and then one of their friends might say, like, I had a connection with somebody. I had a girlfriend off of it. Like we looked at each other, it was like
Really?
a stare, and it was like intense. And then one of their friends knew me from Guy Code, and they're like, "Yeah, just slide in his DMs." And I had a girlfriend for a year because of that.
Oh wow.
Shut up.
Yeah, I need that to
What
happen.
did she say in your DM?
Actually, don't.
She
slide
sent a
by you.
picture of herself. She's like, "Hey, I think we saw each other," and it was like her under the like the Virgin Mary, and then it was something like, "I'm the one on the bottom." It was cute. It was like cute. It was
That is
like
cute.
that she wasn't the Virgin Mary. I was like, oh, she got a
That
sense of
is
humor.
cute.
Like,
Oh, she's funny. It's a connection.
yeah, we dated for a year. It was great.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go ahead and let them know what we're about to drop them off? I guess, guys. Again, thank you guys for everyone showing up to our tour. Thank you guys as well for being patrons. We want to just tell y'all how much we appreciate you guys. Because of you guys, we are able to go on tour. We're able to give out merch to our 15 tier holders. Do you want to tell them a little bit more about Patreon or anything about the tour coming up?
Yeah, so with our Patreon, right, for the $15 tier she mentioned, Mandy and I have been going back and forth regarding merch, about
Yep.
selling merch, designers making merch for us. And we
Yeah.
are currently at this time really
Only
feeling
doing
like
merch
we
for
only
patrons.
want merch for people that fuck with us heavy. One of you cunts, sorry,
Y'all
Left
should
a
put out some dildos.
left a comment under my picture that said, why the fuck do I have to wait? Why do I have to wait a few months for you to send it? Why can't I just buy it? And to us, we feel like this is earned. When you walk into a show and you see someone with our shirt, you know that they had to earn it.
By the way, real quick, we talking about pussy price. Not only was we on Vice, not only was we on HBO, not only are we on a sold out tour, bitch, someone had us sign a fucking
Oh, that's
shirt.
right. Shout out to A-Dub Trey.
Shout out to A-Dub. He literally brought his own like shiny marker
That was dope.
with his merch
And
and
he's-
said, "Can y'all sign
He's
my shirt?"
definitely been following us for a
For a long time. So we had our first autograph.
I think
that we did.
also Dredd, who listens to the show, he was like, yo, can y'all autograph a shirt? I'm like, stop trying to bite off other niggas. But yeah.
Yeah, not. Shout out, Dredd. Shout out all of you guys. Definitely, we appreciate your support. Andrew, what do you have coming up? Let our listeners know where they can find you and what you have coming for them.
Views from the Cis. My new comedy special is available right now. YouTube.com/TheAndrew Schulz. I put a new chapter of it every Sunday. There, I don't know when you guys are releasing this. When are you guys releasing
Monday.
this? So Monday, the 5th chapter will just have been up, and then the 6th chapter will be right after that. There's 6 different bits. They're in 4 different countries: London,
Lit.
Oslo, Copenhagen, and Amsterdam. Got a joke, some very good stuff. It's been pretty amazing to see the response to it. Like, we just hit over 1 million views for the special so
Humble
far.
flex. All right.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because like when I did my last special, it took me 11 months to get the 1 million, and now it took 3 weeks to hit 1 million. So it's like it's really
Woo!
crazy how we're
to
changing.
see that growth is
Unreal.
awesome. Yeah,
Unreal.
it's absolutely unreal.
Unreal. So it's just like, yeah, go check it out. Go to youtube.com/TheAndrew Schulz. Get lost in the wormhole. Just try, click a clip and
Tons of
and-
content.
yeah, I think that's a place for me. It's like, for me, I think you really get the sense of me. Like, I don't think you understand me until you see my comedy.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this episode, even in the digging that we did, the questions you asked, how you wasn't shit towards me. I feel like our audience is really gonna connect with you more. And I
That's
actually,
cool, man.
I appreciated the conversation that we had, and I think
I
it's
thought it
one
was
that
so
we
much
kind of
fun.
just
It
delved.
was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we kind of.
Can I keep it real with you?
to me.
I hate to say this. I had such high hopes for our episode we all did with all 4 of us with Wax. And it wasn't what I wanted. And I think it's because I think when you have 2 men in the room,
Yeah.
sometimes it gets this bro vibe that we
Sure.
can't get when just one person is with us.
Sure.
And I really didn't like it as much as I thought I would. Like, I felt like you weren't as funny. You didn't joke as often as you have.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, because
I will also say
now it's
we
coming.
we also didn't have the open relationship that we do with Andrew. Like, Andrew is we've talked, especially since the whole flagrant thing. We just sat an hour before the studio and talked to him. Now at that point, we had kind of just met Andrew,
Right.
and we were fans from Brilliant Idiots and listening to him. You went to all of his shows. You were bringing your lovers to his shows.
Right.
So
I
think,
brought one nigga.
I mean, I'm just saying though. So I think now, like, we can appreciate Andrew for who he is, his jokes, and
Right.
also as a person. So we can vibe, you know.
Yeah,
You already
I think,
know what it is. You know I ain't paying for my Uber. We don't already went past that. So,
What?
I
we
think
talked about
Oh,
Uber's last
no,
conversation.
I just think, yeah, I think that's absolutely right. You get to meet somebody, you understand them more, and like you understand their sensibility and their sense of humor. And I could see that maybe with the episode, like, a lot of these episodes are really exploring yourselves. You know?
100%.
So it's like a lot of times you might have a guest, but it's really how that guest exposes things about you guys.
We expose, yeah, and
so it's like-
we're opening up a lot more than I think we would have ever thought we would have, which is
For
also
sure.
I think
Bro,
where
I
our
would have
audience,
never talked about that Plan B shit.
bro,
Or
abortions. We done
abortions.
talked about
But-
our abortions. We done talked about.
Yo, when
I
the
done,
first
so-
STD happened, I'm
Right.
like, yo,
I done talked about dry cum
knock
on
on
my neck.
wood. But I be wondering, like, if I ever get chlamydia, am I gonna say it?
Right. So it's like, so here's
mean-
a perfect example of like, you know, of the dynamic of a show. A lot of times when I watch a show, I'm trying to understand the dynamic of it. You know, not like, oh, is it funny? Is it serious? Is it sad? It's like, what is the flow of the show?
And what
Like,
am I taking away from
yeah,
it?
and most importantly, like, what are people getting out of the show without even realizing it? And the host as well. So it's like, today, just from me kind of like understanding your show, it's really about learning something about yourselves, and your audience learns something about themselves
Without even-
through
yeah.
you guys doing it. So you guys become this vehicle for their questions. I mean, in a lot of ways, that's how Rogan works, right? It's like Rogan is not there to combat the guest. He's there to
understand
learn
it and
and
learn,
understand, right? So I think maybe when it was me and Wax here, it was all of us kind of joking around, but it wasn't a traditional, like, what are we going to expose about you guys?
Yeah.
You know, whereas maybe if it was just Wax and you guys, you might have that moment in his way, and like me and you guys, you might have that moment in this way. And yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe listeners, maybe the reason why they're like, hey, we'd love you to talk to this guy. It's not really that they want you to talk to the guy.
They want to
It's-
learn something.
They
from that
want to,
person.
yeah, they
Yep.
want to know what it is about themselves that they see in that person.
Because we don't interview, right? So, which is much like probably why Mandy was saying, let's get to the horrible decision, because we very rarely ask someone, where are you from? How'd you grow up? I want to
Sure.
give a big shout out to Premium Pete on the Heather Hunter episode.
Love Premium Pete,
I
man.
don't
My
listen to
guy.
Premium Pete, but I'm a big fan of Heather Hunter. And it made me really think the next time we have to me, that's an icon for porn.
Sure.
When we have someone like that, that's how I want to speak. And the second I listened to that,
Yeah.
I did that Akash episode and I talked to him differently. I listened to Pete say, this woman does porn.
Yeah.
The first thing out of my mouth would not have been the shit he asked. Like, so where'd you grow up? It was nothing about sex. I mean, it took a minute to get to the sex. Like, and what was your first job like? And then you start learning that she worked at this club and then it was getting sexual. And she was saying it by herself. You didn't even need to ask.
Right.
Nothing, like, she led everything on herself. So that night, I wrote Akash's outline, and the first few questions I asked were like, tell me how it was when you grew up. And he was getting deeper and deeper, and he was like, I didn't want to do this. Like,
Yeah.
and it was great because we very rarely have people on that we don't want to just join the convo.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't really feel like many times, much like a Joe Rogan has these huge people on for a purpose, we don't really do that.
I mean, I think we did with the
You guys
HIV
do a
episode.
Well,
Ver-
we
Sorry.
bring them on. We didn't ask about the
You
girls.
guys do
we
a
asked them to tell us
version.
about what they know.
Right? So it's like, the reason I likened it to that is because you guys bring on experts, whether it's
Right.
an
So
expert.
no need to know about their background.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it's an expert about being a fuckboy or whether it's an expert about
Facts.
being, you know, someone who's dealt with HIV. People, it resonates with people is because you guys are willing to learn,
Yeah.
right? You're willing to take in the information, and then the people learn through you.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
they trust you to ask the questions that
That they
they
would
want to
wanna
know,
ask.
and the questions they don't even know they want to know.
Yep.
That's a good
I did
host.
not know I would like that. And that's a great point.
Yeah.
And it let
So
me
when
know,
we
like,
sit here and we have this conversation, not only are you maybe learning about me, maybe you guys are learning about your relationship with me. Maybe I'm learning about my relationship with women, right? I'm coming from this guy who's used to maybe dating multiple women. You guys are used to dating, and I felt like a little guilt that I could feel affection to more than one woman.
Right.
And then you said, you know what? I can compartmentalize friendships. Why can't I compartmentalize lovers?
Lovers. Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, wow, I feel normal because you just explained a feeling I had that I didn't know how to articulate. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
people watching that felt guilty all of a sudden are going, well, maybe that's why I feel quite comfortable in these multiple relationships, because that's how my regular life is.
And that's how it, yeah.
I hope even you have a different conversation. When you told me about that, I said to you, like, do they know? And you're like, I mean, they gotta know. But like, when
I didn't say it as douchey as that. I said, I didn't say as do. I think what I was trying to say is they have to be aware because they often will say, "I'm not asking you to be what is it? Just me or whatever that is, exclusive." So if you bring up the idea of exclusivity, that means the assumption is
That
not
works. Right.
right. So in no way am I don't think you have to throw in a girl's face, "Yo, I'm fucking other girls." I think in a lot of ways that's selfish because it's like, "Yo, I'm getting this shit off my chest. You deal with this hot potato."
Right.
Right. I'd rather just be like, if we have that exclusivity conversation, hey, you brought it up, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
That
But until
you're
you
not the
bring it
only
up,
one, yeah.
let's keep it real. Like, you might be doing something. I'm not gonna put anything on you.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I think
Well,
you should
I-
just always be open if they ask.
1,000%.
agree.
And that's one thing I learned.
Because unspoken shit sometimes is where
Let me tell you
hurt
something
feelings
I
come
learned.
from.
And this is something that has been quite eye opening for me. Don't waste a girl's time because that time is valuable, especially older girls, like girls in their 30s.
Right, 28.
That's
You get in
older
late
girls?
20s,
I-
late 20s, 30s. When I mean older, it's like
I know I'm looking for something more.
so exactly. So it's like
But that is a good point.
the second I realize that I don't see a future with
Go
a
fuck
girl.
with them 22-year-olds.
What I say to the girl is I go, hey, I just want to let you know that I don't see this going anywhere. I used to drag it on, and the girl would know deep down that I wasn't into it, but she'd lie to herself. And then when it finally broke off, she'd be so fucking pissed at me because she's like, I knew this whole fucking time you didn't like me. When I break it off quick now, instead of being upset, which was my fear, they're like, thank you. I appreciate you not wasting my fucking time. And it's like this
I've thanked
really,
people.
yeah, it's
I've
like,
had men thank me.
of course, because it's like, yo, you kept it real with me. You didn't waste my time. I'm in my 30s. I want something else. I could have been strung on for a year and lost another year of my life, and you didn't do that.
Yep.
And I appreciate
I
that.
keep it real and tell
Shit,
them
that
I want
changed
that.
my
The
dating
Mary
experience.
Paulette,
He's not
size
that into
38.
you. He's just not that into you. Ideology is so important.
Right.
And as brutal as it is, we all need it. Which is why, bitch, we needed to tell you about that dude that you fucking is married.
Yes.
Well,
True.
Andrew, we want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
And
fun.
this has been yet, guys, another episode of Horrible Decisions.
Enjoy this clip from our Patreon. Bye.
Bye.